Hi.
Hello.
One of the people on the screen has a secret. A secret that could shake the foundations of role-playing everywhere. I decided that we're now a reality television show.
So
Oh, damn. Sorry. Reality TV LARPing.
oh god.
The wheels are turning.
That's many different levels of reality.
Yeah, I like it. Exactly. Whee!
That's
Thank
30
you.
months for Kung Fu Fenris.
And 25 for... Is it Lemon Eater or before?
Weirdness, I believe it was.
Weirdness. Thank you. Hooray!
Yeah, weirdness
Weird
for 25.
lemon.
What a weird lemon. We appreciate you. Do you have the secret? Is it me? Could it be you?
It's make-believe all the way down. Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Boost this up slightly so we can hear ourselves.
Well, you know, Requiem, there's only one way to find out.
Oh shit, the hype train has started.
Thank you, folks.
Yay!
Thanks for the
Thank
subs.
Thank you.
I have a limited time to earn exclusive remotes. Emotes, not remotes.
Liz, are you wearing your sleeves?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
That would be, like, horrible.
That's right. That's right. I peeled off my own skin
Oh my
and
God.
sewed it to my sleeveless shirt, making it a sleeved shirt.
Also known as a shirt.
Yep.
You typically don't have to specify if it's a sleeved
How
shirt.
dare you, sir?
How dare you? I'm sorry. Thank
We're
you,
all
Seth.
friends here.
Yeah.
But some are more friendly than others.
That is very true. What's happening?
Thank
Yay.
you for
It
the
does,
gift
Trevoke.
subs.
It does.
Very good.
I mean, wonderful. Thank you, Lemon Eater.
So,
Hey.
Trevoke, is that how you would pronounce it, Trevoke? Or is it Trevoke, or...
Something.
Yeah, Trevoke.
Provoke.
Oh, no, sorry. Let's go with Trevoke.
the first way? So, Trevoke. Hi!
Stop, no more.
I like Trevok.
Wait,
That's
is that
like
like...
Tuvok,
name.
but-
Is that like Tuvok, but a Pokemon instead?
Nice. I choose
wow.
you,
A
Trevok.
druid.
Trevok. Oh my
Oh my God.
It's a giant, thick-armed tree monster. You heard what I said.
Requiem, do you want to find out?
No, Beltane was last week.
Oh,
Wait, stop.
no, John, don't do it.
I can
Yay!
tell.
Thank you.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you, folks, for the support.
Don't worry, we'll be sending our invoice to you in 2 hours' time. Because Trevoke said I'm here to get free storytelling.
Oh, sure.
Not
free,
yes,
right,
Like,
got it, I
surprise, it's
understand.
not free. It's actually behind a paywall. This is all a dream.
Haha.
Life is but a dream.
Oh, it's scalding.
You pull off the mask and it's a bad guy, but beneath it, yeah.
Ew.
A real human man.
Requiem, you can always just sign up for my OnlyFans account later on.
Wow. Oh, okay, all right.
Just a sec.
Yeah, I've got
Where's
it.
my credit
I got
card?
it.
Swipe. That's how you
And
use
I
your
am a-
credit card online, right? You just swipe it across your phone.
I think you do, yeah. You do this, Kate. You go beep, and then it works.
Oh, actually,
Well, I mean,
with
I
NFC.
can... I mean, it's easier to use it on a phone. I could just, like, double-click my phone and it'll be like, okay, you've paid.
Nice.
Give them the power.
Sean, can I borrow your phone?
Sure. Unfortunately, it also checks to make sure that I'm the one clicking it.
Ooh.
With all them
With
biometrics.
Can I borrow your
like your
hand?
fingerprints or like.
You just need to print
my
out
face
a
print.
photo of his face, and you'll be good.
So if
No.
I were to take.
And like, smear
Okay,
it on
God.
your face.
Alright.
This is a perfect opportunity, John, for you to throw your phone at the camera, and for us to seamlessly like grab one.
Oh
from you.
yeah.
Oh, you mean like one of these?
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Okay, I don't
Oh
even
my
have anything in my hand.
You have this.
It's too late, and I'd break it. Don't.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Let's not.
That.
I have lots of old phones. If we actually want to do this, we can just throw those around. You know, everyone will just have a
Wait,
BlackBerry.
what do you have more of? Phones or computers? Right now.
Computers. Now, if you
Nice.
get specific between laptops and desktops, there are more laptops.
Streamlabs just sent me an email saying, here are the stats for your stream on
They've
May
started
31st.
doing that. Even if the stream hasn't ended, they're like, your stream lasted 1 minute. Here are the stats. And it's like,
Yeah.
but, yeah, it's been happening more lately.
Oh, I don't like that.
Work laptops and
It's fine, we
such
love
keep
stream.
invading our
I
house.
don't know what
So.
to tell you.
If you really want to steal from me, there are easier ways to do it.
We could steal your heart with our kindness.
Oh my god,
like
Aragorn, oh my
Aragorn
god,
just
Aragorn.
did.
Oh my god, Aragorn.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Look at all these great names.
Silver
Wow.
Outcast. It's sort of like JT's brother who.
Well, it's
His
just
his
dark
outcasted
timeline.
brother, yeah.
Oh, hi, Ripley. Are you here for the subtrain? Hang on. I'm gonna make her do something cute, guys. Don't worry.
Oh.
I said, come on. For fuck's sake, come on. You gotta.
She knows it's a
You
trap.
gotta meet me halfway on this one.
There have been sub donations. There is a cat tax apparently.
Choo, choo.
Would you be a stage mom, Scoots?
I know, I'm the worst. I would put her in a play if I could. If she would.
She would be a
perform, she would not.
terrible actor. Not
Hi,
like
Aragorn,
Floo.
by the way.
Ella's great.
Having been in a play with a cat, I hope I never have to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Oh
Live
yeah.
animals
sucked.
on stage.
Absolutely not.
No
Thank
thanks.
you, Requiem. Oh my goodness. Your hand's so damn.
Oh, I think she probably put her paw in our pasta sauce bowl. It's
Okay.
orange. It's
All right,
tinted
go,
orange.
Go, get out of here.
Clean yourself, you
Get the hell
nasty
out.
little.
Chaos cats.
Oh, she will, with her tongue.
Hmm.
The same tongue she licks you with.
Hmm. Oh.
Putting a cat in a play doesn't work. Yeah, Trevok is right.
If you need it to, run off
Unless
stage.
it's Ella.
She was good.
Ella did great.
I always thought you should just put a dog in a cat suit, like, just
Yeah,
see how it
actually.
goes. That'd be great. You can train a dog cat. Can't train a cat dog.
Oh, because like the little dog that they cast in Legally Blonde the musical, so cute. Such a snoo.
What they honestly should do is just hire a person and put on a cat suit. And oh wait, that's how Cats happens.
Just CG them.
Jellicle.
It'll look great.
Jellicle.
That'd be fine.
Hashtag Jellicle.
Well, we are
Thank
the
you.
Jellicle cats here.
For the subs and the bits, folks. Truly, truly.
Bastette's all over the stage.
Tum Tugger.
Oh no. There isn't enough rage in the world, Trevok.
Cavity. Skimbleshanks. No, hang on. Am I Skimbleshanks?
Did
You're
you just say
Skimbleshanks.
that John was
McCavity? Yes, the evil one. I
McCavity!
did. I did say that. And I would.
Why
be-
don't I get to be old Deuteronomy?
Oh, that's much better. You get to be old Deuteronomy, and I get
Thank
to be the
you.
curious cat.
Ah.
Tugger.
No, you
know
would be Mr. Mistopheles.
Ugh, yeah.
You would.
I know. Well, you
I don't know what
would.
to tell you.
I haven't seen Cat since I rented it on VHS, so I'm not as familiar with all the character names.
Oh man, I
Had a cat in a high
checked that
school
out of
play,
my
its
local
only part was to
library.
be picked up from a pastor.
The PBS recording?
Yeah, everybody, it was okay.
Folks, it's really good to see you. It's really good to see you. As I look into a camera, which there is no person there, only cold, unfeeling technology.
But
But
you know
through
who's on the
that
other end.
cold, unfeeling technology, there's a cold, unfeeling Scott and Liz.
Aw, that's nice. She's actually lukewarm.
Well, see, she's not cold and unfeeling. You are,
Oh, got it.
Oh.
It's my mistake.
Scott. You are a reptile. Do
You know
you
what?
have a sunning
A
rock?
reptile dysfunction? Do you have it?
I feel called out, and I feel called out. That's all. Yeah, also quick. More.
Uh, I'll
Or-
address what Angel Wick has said. There's here's the thing: the problem isn't getting worse. The problem has been here for a very, 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 very long time. People are sick of it, as they should be, and I know that it's sometimes hard to sit down and play a game when this sort of thing is happening. We actually had to decide whether we wanted to play or not. We are, but we are also acknowledging that there is a struggle out there. The struggle is not new, but we stand with them. If any of you have anything else to add.
I don't. Thank you.
We won't be bringing it into the game itself.
We're not in a position to do so.
Yeah, we could try our best and probably still do it an extreme disservice. Yeah. Yeah, please stay safe, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Safety first, right?
That's so Requiem Lost. That's actually a rule of our chat. It's not that your political beliefs are incorrect or correct. It's just this isn't the place to do it. We actually have a Discord, and there is a serious talk channel, and I encourage people, if they need to talk about this sort of thing, that's the best place to do it, but not here.
Yeah.
So that hype train is leaving the station.
Thank you, folks.
What emote did I get? I have to
Come
know.
on. Choo choo.
What the fuck is that?
Foot.
I like
Hype
but
yikes.
like
I mean,
it looks
that
like,
sounds right.
old-timey cartoon character
Yeah.
going.
Oh yeah, it is. It is in the theme of like old-timey racers.
Well,
Race cars. Vroom vroom.
well, I'm happy. At any rate, we do have players here, and we have to find out which ones have pleased somebody who is with us quite a bit. She who knows 10,000 things. Thousands. Aragorn
Thank you, Ripley.
is here in the chat, ready to be disappointed in you. So,
Excellent.
who's it gonna be? Of course, now we all have to do the trembling thumb, right? Can I do the trembling thumb? And then 3, 2, 1.
Yay!
I, due to all of my recent socializing, have purchased Manipulation 5.
That's what they're calling it these days.
Socializing? Oh, I understand. That's a sex joke.
Yep.
Got it.
Yes, I have been manipulating.
Kate, oh my
Everyone is
goodness.
Aragorn's
You thought he said it was
favorite
a sex
today. So
Yeah.
you're lucky Liz is in Scoots. Kate is flawless.
There we go.
Without flaws. I think that's what that means.
I would say so.
Well, congratulations, I suppose, on that. I'm, no, that's all I got. I wish I had.
Manipulation.
We do the
Gotta
weird
late.
stuff.
Well, then I suppose it's time. Because it is time. What the hell happened last session?
Uh-oh.
We were continuing Beltane. New fighter appeared. No, Pisky appeared. His name Foe or Fox, depending on who you spoke to. Olium, spelled F-A-U-X, so French for fool, false. And is there to become a new assistant to Duke Granville, taking the place of
Ooh.
I had it
Jonas.
Jorik. Jonas Jorik. Woo! Too many names in my brain right now. Jonas. Yeah.
Foe kind of he sort of jokingly refers to himself as like part of an awesome trade, like he's worth the masterwork clock and the promotion for Zeron, he says, kind of jokingly, but he definitely he spent a lot of time trying to get to know the motley, trying to maybe insinuate himself not into the group as such, but just get to know the lay of the land politically, so to speak. And then, as happens at Beltane, there was a game of I Never, and a game of Truth or Dare.
Many truths and dares were exchanged.
I got naked.
Some people got naked, some people got painted,
Naked.
some people got naked and painted.
Naked and painted.
Countess Ware tore up the dance floor.
Countess Ware is like kind of tricked Duke Granville into agreeing to attend the renewal of vows between Talus and Zister, which is a bit of a grasp the pearls, clutch the pearls moment, because Talus is not yet sort of reintegrated into Changeling society.
Yeah.
Because he was...
Dantain, that's right, yeah. Evil.
And a...
Oathbreaker.
Sex machine. Oathbreaker, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, haven't we all broken an oath at one time or another?
Jorg.
Jorg,
Yeah. There's some political dealings here and there. Patches and Duke Granville spoke briefly, got back on good terms. I know that Sophia brought up that she would like to take over the county, or at least put her name in for it.
I mean, take over the county. It's not like, I'm going to blow up the ocean. It's more like that she wants to take the vacant spot.
Yes.
I'm going to blow up the ocean. Sophia.
And folks paired off and enjoyed their Beltane. Were there anything else that we left out?
I'm going to point out that if, with a good enough unleashing of Primal, perhaps Sophia could blow up the ocean.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be wild. Not sure if you should, though.
Yeah.
I don't tell Sophia what to do.
Good.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Pardon me.
Okay. So we also have something that we're gonna make sure that y'all can see. We have cards. These cards are for our safety. You don't have cards, but you do have options, and we'll get to them in a second. These cards are so that we can continue to play and continue to take risks, knowing that there is a safety net underneath us so that we can push ourselves, knowing that we can keep ourselves safe if we have to. Green means that I am, despite my outward appearance, really into what's going on and am happy to continue or even push further in what's going on. Yellow means that I'm still okay, but I am approaching my limit. This is a warning, and if I continued to, if this continues on for much longer, or if the intensity ramps up, then I may no longer be all right. And red means I'm not okay. I need to stop. We need to discuss how we're going to fix this, either by immediately retconning what just happened, changing the subject entirely, or what have you. What's important is that no one ever needs to justify showing any of their cards. Once it's up, and that's that. There's no minimum threshold. We had a yellow card pulled last session, although it was not physically pulled. A player did say the words yellow card, and we respect that. Yellow card, again, doesn't necessarily mean that everything has to come to a halt, but it is a key to everybody to know that to approach things with a bit more caution. I will point out that if I ever hear yellow card from anybody, whether it's on Discord, Twitter, chat, or whatever, if you type it, I will address it if I see it. Part of the reason why I don't normally say that you can do this in chat is because it's sometimes I may not see the chat instantly as it's going forward, because I am, by nature, I pay attention to my players first. But you do have options. You can private message me, or you can private message a mod like Aragorn. In the interest of disclosure, I will point out that at the moment, Kate can see my screen, although she isn't looking at it. But if there is an issue, please, by all means, do so. We do want to hear. You also have the option, if you have to, of leaving the chat or leaving the stream itself. We would rather that you not, but we would much more rather that you keep yourself safe. So please do that if that's important for you. Are we okay on that front?
Yeah.
Oh, and hello, Autumn.
I had him.
Okay.
Okay.
So if that's where we're at. You ever play a kind of a game with yourself that implies that you're making a wager with no one else but your own self? And the wager is usually something absolutely outrageous, like if I don't sink this Kleenex into this wastebasket, then I'll have bad luck for a week. Or if if I lose this game that I'm playing right now, then I will, wither away within a year or whatever. This is something I used to do all the time as a kid. Because as previously established, and as we continue to make sure that everybody knows day by day, I'm a total dork. So this is the sort of thing that happened. And of course, the funny thing is that there was only occasionally would I ever say, if this happens, then something good would occur, right? Like, if I manage to sink this means that I'll pass my test tomorrow. Or if I win this game, then I will finally get what I've, I'll get inspiration for the project that I have due in a week and that I haven't started yet and it's weighing on my mind. That's something that just never really occurred to me as often as the horrible things. If you step on a crack, you break your mother's back, like that sort of thing. But sometimes games really do matter. Sometimes something that is for recreation, something that is for fun, actually has a wager that's laid on it, actually has an outcome that's important. This could be literally gambling, or it could be that you're playing with somebody and the outcome could really determine how you interact with them in the future. Maybe it's about being a sore winner or loser. Or maybe it's because, the Wookiee might tear your arms off if you don't let him win. But games do have a way of infiltrating how we choose to see how the future will unfold. And sometimes we risk a lot, even if not officially, even if it's only in our minds, to see how a game will turn out. It's Monday. So by Monday, the garden is basically clear of all of the Beltane festivities. I'm happy to report that nothing broke that shouldn't have broken. Piñatas.
Oh, sure.
Nice.
They're a thing. But early this morning, one of the key things is that Zister Flex is awake and sipping coffee from a thermos in the exhaust as if he's just waiting.
Like at the bar?
Yes.
This is very unusual. Okay, all right, okay.
Patches is probably up early because she is overseeing what is being kept out in the garden in preparation for next month's wedding, and starting to assemble things that are going to take all month.
Bring in the spike traps.
Well, no, you have to dig the holes and then the spike traps.
Sure. Put the leaves on top of it.
Yeah.
Is Zeron back at Heartslight, or did he stay?
Technically he's supposed to be at Heartslight, but he's not being very good along those lines.
Yeah.
So no, he's probably stayed the past couple of nights with you.
I think Sophia hasn't told him yet about her thoughts regarding wanting to become a countess, potentially, because
No,
what
he
Ware-
doesn't. He isn't aware.
What Ware said is still like bothering her. The idea of signing him up for exactly what he didn't want to be a part of.
When you wake up, though, Sophia, Mab is standing on your sternum, and she's got a little desk in front of her and a little piece of paper and little tiny glasses that are perched like far down her little chimerical lizard nose. And she just has her long fingers interlaced and...
Good morning to you too.
And she takes a very significant look over at Zeron,
What?
who is still asleep, by the way.
What? Can I see what she's written on her little piece of paper?
They're notes, so I'm going to ask you to roll your intelligence performance, please.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh no, I haven't done my dice stuff.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It won't.
You've worked with Mab quite a bit, so the difficulty for this is only 7.
Liz has pre-game dice rituals, is sort of what was implied there.
Many people
It's
do.
really fun. Ask us about it on Discord.
It's not that exciting. Oh, this was a pretty decent.
Pretty
roll, though.
exciting, actually.
Now, because Mab is my harp, does my specialty in performance apply? Performance harp?
Yes.
Amazing. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
boy.
5, 6. 6 successes on talking to my lizard.
Reading-
So, Mab has written out sheet music, and there are, but it's for a trio. Except that the third voice in this trio, there's just full rests the whole time, and then at the end of the staff, there's a repeat, so it's just repeating the rests the whole time.
Ah, music joke. Oh my god, wow.
The other two are, like they're in harmony and everything is wonderful, and then the third one is
Perfect for Brahm.
Hey!
You're not here.
Oh, so I can't defend myself.
Sorry, you have ripply hair like.
Maybe I wanted it there.
Oh my god. Are there lyrics to this song, or is this just the music?
no, there's no lyrics. It's just music.
Perfect. Well, this is lovely. Who did you have in mind for this very important third part? I see. And when did you want us to perform this?
And then she just puts her hands down on the tiny little. By the way, you need like a loop or something to read her staff music because it's quite small.
I probably have one because we've been through this before.
Sure.
Oh, totally. And then she just she writes underneath. Unfortunately, I don't know the correct like Latin term for this. I guess it wouldn't have to be in Latin,
Yeah.
but it is.
There's probably like a symbol for it.
And it's just written from a far distance, and then she puts that under the third staff.
Okay, this is what is this for? My love.
Fucking sassing the shit out of you.
What are you doing?
And she takes her glasses off, puts them down, and then she crawls over to her bed where her drum set is all set up, and she gets out a little stick and a little bindle, which she puts on the end of the stick.
Oh my.
Are you?
And then she puts it on her shoulder.
Mab,
What a drama queen.
And then
is this?
she just looks over like, oh, you're still here?
Oh my god. Mab, is this your highly dramatic way of saying that you hope I don't forget you when I'm married?
I mean, she's not a chameleon, so she doesn't really change color, but you could swear that she's blushing.
My darling. Nobody could ever replace you.
And she looks over at Zeron again.
Without you, there's no music in my life.
She
You are one of a kind and irreplaceable.
puts down the bindle, and the bindle sounds an awful lot like glassware.
What had you? Never mind. What did you have?
Falls open, and there's like 3 martini glasses in there.
Those are all the backups I have for you ever since the incident.
Ah, the incident, yes.
Why don't we sing this together?
And so she then crawls over, and she leaves your. She gets back onto the bed and crawls over you, and then crawls onto Zeron, and just with one very, very slight hand, just swats at his nose, and he goes. And then she crawls back over to your sternum, picks up the sheet music that has the third part on it, and then puts it right in front of him, and then comes back. And Zeron is confused.
Is he awake now?
Yeah, he's awake. He just got like in the face, and that has been enough to pull him up.
We have both been summoned for a very special performance.
A performance.
This is your part.
And he looks down, and then he kind of brings it like way too close to his face, like. And I'm afraid I can't read this. Do you have a? And then he pulls out his phone and he takes a picture of it, and then zooms in on the phone, and looks and. I see.
Mab wrote this specially for both of us, and I think it would mean a lot for her if we could perform it together right now.
What does "from a far distance" mean?
You'd have to ask her, Mab.
And Mab just points out the window.
No, it will not be out the window. It will be in this room, Mab.
She points at the opposite corner. And Zeron nods, and he gets up, and he slides into a robe and walks over towards the corner. And then he stands and he takes a deep breath and just sort of slightly massages his throat to prepare for his performance.
I look at Mab while he's over there. Who else would do this for you?
And then she points over at your rack of vinyls.
He's a person. He's a person. What other person would do this for you?
Oh.
And then she
Brum starts awake immediately, grabs his sword, he's fucking like, he just starts attacking the dresser in front of him. It's the music. That's what it does to him.
I swear I'd kill him if he ever performed again. Patches.
Yes.
Everything seems to be going decently outside, although you can now hear some vague harp tones.
Could I
Begin.
just interject for one quick second? Is anyone else hearing a tiny bit of audio distortion from John and Kate? I just
Are we
started
getting
clocking it.
distorted, or is it perhaps a Zoom transmission thing to them?
That's why I
Let
just
us
wanted
know.
to ask if anyone else
Yeah.
is hearing.
Crackling sound.
Yeah, just
Crackling?
like every third or fourth word has a little distortion to it.
Oh.
No, you guys are good? Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Then we're great.
So it's just that our voices will be more grating than normal to our players. So yeah, you can hear some harp tones and some singing coming from the window that overlooks the garden. You don't hear a third voice though.
That's okay.
But its presence is. No, it's not.
There's a tension through the rests. Has anyone seen that sheet music where it's like rest, quarter, like half rest, quarter rest, 8th rest, 16th rest, 30-second rest? Like it's just more and more like faster rests.
Getting really
It's that.
tense, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny, actually.
I mean, I love the sheet music, which directs that the timpani player has to break the timpani with their face.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that too. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big fan.
Yep. Gonna head back into the exhaust. Good morning, Zester.
Where is it? Where is it? Damn it! There it is. We have to talk.
Okay, let's talk.
Get everyone else.
Wow.
Jesus.
Everyone clearly doesn't mean everyone in the whole wide world, so can you be a bit more specific? I'm gonna start by texting Sophia and Brom. Sister is in the exhaust and wants to talk.
It's a good day to be a smartass.
Okay, do you want
You're the steward of what?
the spark?
Go steward everyone into my exhaust.
She's gonna take another sip of her coffee.
Sister, Jesus.
I have to go get wine because clearly that's required.
Yeah, go for it.
I will return.
Oh, fuck.
Well, this better be on the bingo card today.
God damn it.
God damn it.
God
Yeah, I
damn
seem
it.
to recall him saying something about things. Yeah, if it's gonna explode in someone's face, it's gonna be mine. I seem to recall that being another sister special. Okay, so Brom, Sophia, Kyoko, Sir Zeron, Incisor, Claude, Dr. Saley, Talus. Am I unplugging keypad?
Keypad isn't really sentient.
Am I calling in more distant satellite members like Cog?
Cog's not really
A member. Okay, so he wants, by everyone, he means everyone at the Spark.
Thanks, it is.
Yes.
And since Zeron's going to be his very soon, I'm including Sir Zeron.
Poor Stuart.
He can sit in the corner and rest if he isn't required for
I'll
this
fix
meeting.
it, Requiem. I got it. So yeah, you're gonna have to contact the rest of them.
I text everyone because it's morning.
Get your asses up here.
And if I guess I'm gonna look into there being coffee ready for people.
Because of course there is not.
I will. Then after Brom and Sophia, Claude will be the next one I text.
The various people who you text, Incisor shows up shortly. Saley does, although she just enters the room and then takes 3 steps to the left so that she's standing just inside the doorframe and then stands there.
Like half covered?
No.
Chopper stuff?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, she's like in and then just imagine somebody entering a door and then just stepping to the right or left and then just stopping and just.
So imagine you at any university party, and it's pretty much like that.
Do you bother messaging
It's fair,
Kyoko?
actually, honestly.
Yes.
Wallflower. Yeah.
Kyoko does not give you an answer.
Well, so you can
Yep.
leave right away.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give them a few minutes, and if people don't show up, I'll start calling.
Brahm, was ready to receive the transmission. He has a wonderful chirrup on his phone that's probably very annoying to Kyoko. But he checks it, he understands that they are to arrive together, and he sort of starts to try to nudge Kyoko awake.
Kyoko has somehow managed to find herself half off the bed while asleep. So right now there's just her lower body that's on the bed, and her torso is just over the edge, her ears just flat against the ground, and a small but significant puddle of drool next to her face.
Oh, that's cute. I'm going to get out of bed and clothe myself, and then I'm just going to slowly sort of move her legs so that they're on the floor, and then kind of like pick her, like lever her up onto her feet. Hopefully waking her up in the process, but if not, we're just gonna weekend at Bernie's it, I guess.
So you, in doing so, just all of her ears just like fall directly into her face, and then she looks up, just her ears literally just hanging down over it, and through them, so of course they're flapping a little bit as she speaks. What time is it?
It's a little earlier than we're used to.
That's not a real time.
No, but this does sound like a real meeting, and it sounds important.
Important enough that it's taking place at a time that doesn't exist.
Yes, I thought it would distress you more to hear the numbers.
And then she walks over and she pulls out one of Brahm's t-shirts and just puts it on. I'm ready.
It's a big enough T-shirt that it's probably down to her knees or something. So
Oh, it's like down to her ankles. You're very large.
all right, let's go then.
It's a t-shirt, by the way, for a New York State campsite.
Nice.
It's got like a picnic table on it. It's a very dad shirt.
Buck Pond Campground, upstate New York, right out of sight of Onchiota.
And she starts following you. Midway through your performance, your phone, wherever you keep it.
I out of respect for Mab and the work that she put in, I dutifully finish the piece.
It's 20 minutes long.
I finish the piece. And then I'll check my phone when we're done.
So Mab looks up and then she just... and then looks over at Zeron.
I'm gonna make sure to clap at in Zeron's direction.
And then he nods, he bows, and then he looks on his phone and...
Oh, all right. Mab? That was lovely. Thank you. Also, the two of you are going to have lunch together today. Because I love you both, and you are both big parts of my lives. So you are going to have lunch in the garden, and it will be lovely. And now we're going downstairs. Are you coming?
Scrambles up onto your shoulders, curls your hair around her so that she doesn't have to be seen.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. And I just like look at Zara and just.
But he starts pulling on his clothes.
Was he nude this whole time?
No, he was in a
Put on a
robe.
robe.
Oh, you're right.
He got out of the bed into a robe. Half a second.
Slid into a robe, I believe.
You're right.
Mm.
First, he slides into your DMs.
Heyo.
My dad messages. No, buddy.
Oh, we should open a sex shop called Your DMs.
Oh,
Oh, wow. All right,
idea.
cool, done. You know,
Brilliant.
cool.
I heard there's a
Kate
store
will talk
for...
after this.
Hello, could I interest you perhaps in a stainless steel insertion device?
I was thinking you'd get like some D&D people in there too.
Too,
Very
yeah, yeah.
Yes, Trevoke is on it.
Hiring lawyers.
Excellent.
It looks like you failed your wisdom save.
Does it have to be wisdom?
After all the texting,
Mhm.
is there anything we should talk about before everyone else arrives?
As any doting parent would one day have to tell their children. And as I have no children, it's going to have to be you lot. It's time for you all to get firkin' jobs.
It's cold, Dad.
This is actually what I've been waiting for a number of years now.
I mean, I had one
I
until
mean,
Sophia. Until it got bought out by a dragon, and then Sophia burned the place to a crisp. But you know,
That's not the kind of job I'm talking about.
it's okay. I'm not mad at Sophia for burning the place to a crisp. I'm like, thumbs up on that. Mm. Titles, specific roles under you. Have you figured out your official title here? Beyond freeholder?
Freeholder.
Okay, freeholder is good.
Master Artisan.
Enough. Also excellent.
Grand Poobah.
I love it.
Balmacqua.
Cool.
And
there-
then inside is just like big dick on campus. Don't be crude.
Yeah, don't be crude.
Yeah, don't be fucking crude, yo.
To a heart that's true. Eventually you filter in. Everybody makes it at some point or another. Although, once everybody's sort of seated, Kyoko very deliberately just walks over, grabs some coffee, climbs up into Brahm's lap, puts her head on his chest, and the coffee immediately starts to just slowly tilt from her hand.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna grab it. Actually, I'm gonna help myself to a little bit of it, and then I'm just gonna make sure that it stays level. Perhaps even put it on a surface nearby. That's you know what? Let's do that.
Bah, yip, 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 bum, 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 get a job. Sha-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na.
Ow.
Scowling all the way.
We are gathered here today to listen to Zister, our freeholder.
3 cheers for the.
No. All right. This has been pushed on me, and so therefore we're going to deal with it. This place needs organization. Because soon we're going to have a whole lot of Dougal running around, and I'd like them to know what the fuck all of you do here. And that's a good question. What do you do here?
Chief Security, I point at Incisor. Brahm. Sir Brahm.
Well, I am a member of the Companionship of the Golden Braid and a knight of House Gwydion. I use these titles, amongst others, to protect this county and this duchy. That is what I do.
Here at the Spark.
Yes.
Titles. We need titles. Why should they listen to you if you say don't touch that? If you are just all those other things. Right? What is it? We need...
I am all ears. I have offered to assist with the securing of the freehold on many an occasion, but in fact it is being done very well. So.
I need to know what that makes you.
Facilities manager?
Well, I've sorry, out of character. I have had some experience with other freeholds before. I don't believe I ever would have been sort of an official. I don't think I would have ever been officially titled at any of them. But I must be familiar with some of the sort of usual roles in freeholds, right? There's usually like a sheriff and a seneschal. Am I just thinking of vampire, or is that a...
I mean,
It's like Seneschal.
those are absolutely, sheriff and seneschal are positions in Elysium, right? Like,
for okay,
vampire.
Yeah, it's like...
But also in this game, or am I am crazy? Okay. Cool.
So a seneschal is somebody who essentially runs. It's kind of like the major domo, somebody who runs the household. The steward is sometimes seen as that, but steward at this point is more of the protector, right? The apparent. The steward of Gondor.
Ah.
You're Boromir.
Ah.
Sweet.
I have to look really conflicted. And die.
Oh. Bye.
It's been way too many episodes.
No one wants to be Denethor.
Do you have thoughts, sister? As freeholder?
Is this going to be a thing?
Sorry, you called us here and said we all need titles, so it would be really great if you could help us with this.
I definitely don't want to be referred to as the freeholder
All right.
from now on.
Okay.
It's just what I am.
Okay.
So just Zister then.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if we're going to be referring to each other as by new titles with the new
There are
founders-
titles to give.
I
the
could call you
visitors.
Jesus Christ from now on. If that's what it's going to be, you could be Christ. You're fired.
You're rehired.
Oh,
Brom.
yes.
You are a very big, very strong, and very brave man. You're a member of House Gwydion. You're a knight. You're a companion of the Golden Braid alongside all these other crawlies that managed to infest my walls.
Rather rude. Sir.
So, we're going to need to discover what it is that you bring to the table here. Sophia, you outrank everybody here, and yet you don't. So what is it that you provide for us as well?
I organize all the parties. I put us on the social map. That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, you're right.
Also our political liaison, I would say.
Right.
Ambassador. Ambassador of the Spark. Perhaps.
Ambassador.
It's a little unusual, perhaps. Everyone is an ambassador more or less, but in the official business of bringing the spark out into the world, I think the Lady Sophia would be...
Ambassador.
I think the Lady Sophia would be excellent, for what it's worth.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, you're very welcome, Lady Sophia.
Very well. You are the ambassador. What does that make him? And she looks directly at Zeron. The ambassador's special one.
Nice.
You did negotiate for Sir Zeron. Is it still Sir when they're a Baron? Or is it...
It's
you know,
Lord.
Lord Zeron to be yours, in a sense. Is there a particular role that you have in mind for him here?
Being a special one isn't enough.
Special one. Love it.
You hear this very loud, audible sigh coming from Sophia's neckline.
Harpist of the Spark. Best harpist of the Spark. Best instrument in the Spark.
Hey. I'm a blunt instrument.
This is a workshop, is it not? Above and beyond all else, it is a freehold and a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
I believe one of the things that is different about what this is that most of us are not actually affiliated with the important function of the freehold. We aren't artisans.
You are an artist, though.
Yes, but I am not an artisan. I don't create things in the workshop.
Continue.
And so it is our duty to... What? Well, I need an ambassador, apparently, because everything got political, and that's how it goes. I need a steward because once upon a time I got myself kidnapped, and
It's good to have second and fallback stuff.
and I need Brahm because every once in a while my forklift breaks.
Sir Zeron and I could be the last line of defense here at the Spark. Defenders of the Balefire. Perhaps. It is not ours by right. At all. And neither is the security of this building, of this freehold.
Ah yes, the Balefire bimbos. Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Which one does that make me, Zister Flex? And I like stand up, but then I like almost drop Kyoko in the coffee, so I sit back down.
In that case, you, and she points points directly at Brahm, you are a Thane.
Fucking love that.
A space T-H-A-N?
Thane.
T-H-A-N-E.
Bane of Cawdor. We all know how that story ends.
I do not believe this presages any disaster, Lady Sophia. Thank you, Zister Flex. I accept this title.
As for you, and he looks directly at Talus, because you deal with talking to people who I don't want to deal with. You're the Reeve. R-E-E-V-E. Now, and then he sort of looks from the other people, the people who were there from the beginning. So clearly, Claude doesn't need a title because he's already the butler.
Are Brahm and Zeron both things?
Uh,
I will be Thane of Blows, who shall be king hereafter.
maybe. Yeah, we'll say that that's what it is for now.
Thane buddies.
Uh,
Sorry.
Sophia, I don't like the word ambassador for you. You're the chatelaine,
Oh.
I'll take it.
which technically means the mistress of an elegant or fashionable household, but
We'll just gloss over that part on the business cards.
Business cards.
I would say about 7 times a year this place is both elegant and fashionable.
Well, it must be more than that, Lady Sophia.
Every day that you are here.
Thank you.
Wow, okay, I don't know what's up with me this morning. What did you put in my coffee? That was way too nice of me.
Kyoko, I don't even know what name you give it. What, IT? Kyoko is not awake and therefore cannot riposte.
Spec Ops.
Technological.
Fine, she's the operations manager.
Yep.
Perfect. I make a note of it to tell her later.
Dr. Saley is head physician,
She's the surgeon.
surgeon.
You know, and we'll spell that in the weird, fucky way that people spell it.
Yarjion.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
good grief. Chirurgie.
yeah, I think that's exactly how you spell it in French.
Chirurgie.
Who am I missing?
Incisor and Cesaron.
Nishaj is the muscle.
Just the muscle.
Enforcer.
Sure, that works. Enforcer. And then finally we have who?
Cesaron. The newest edition.
It's Lord Zeron.
Lord Zeron, thank you. That will take getting some getting used to.
No kidding. Well, what's the male equivalent of a chatelaine?
Shadow
Shadow.
Lad.
Gross.
That's amazing.
You're welcome.
Well, a troubadour. More like a troubadour, the way he goes about gadding about town.
Châtelain.
He's married now, I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's just no E at the end, so it's Châtelain. Sorry, I'm being grossly Quebecois about it.
But that's not really your job, is it? Just because you're doinking her doesn't mean that you're doing what she does. Is that the technical term for it now?
For the moment.
I'm
it'll
reevaluating
change.
what engagement means. It's
No,
doinking.
post-marriage it'll be a different term, but, you know, pre-marriage it's still.
Yeah, post-marriage it means nothing at all. And then Incisor goes for a high five and there's no takers, so she high fives herself and puts it down.
Definitely none over here.
And then, but then you feel a tiny little paw like reaching out from your hairline.
No.
Put that pot out.
So sassy. So rude.
Mmm.
No. Geron's the Reeve. Or sorry, the Thane. Brahm's gonna be the champion.
You're a champion.
I'll be able to read that later.
It's okay, I took. This is the one.
Copious notes.
One note I'm taking.
The Thane is responsible for making sure that the balefire is consistently fed with glamour. The Champion is responsible for ensuring that any challenges to this freehold do not go unanswered, whether it's formal or informal.
Thank you, sister. I believe this is more suited to what I do well.
Right, and every once in a while you can be a forklift.
You
That'll
have
be in
one,
the fine print.
Yes, but sometimes it breaks because I built it.
Perhaps I could help you fix it.
But you will be the champion if you help him in his time of great need.
Understood.
Somebody see if we can get the rights to that Queen song. Another one bites the dust.
I'll get Kyoko on it.
Or
when
Don't
she-
Stop Me Now. There, that one's a good one. There, is
No,
that
I've
taken
already-
care of? Does everybody have a title that they can handle?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sister.
Is the only person I'm like kind of curious? I'm gonna like give her a little side eye, see how she's feeling about it. Is Dr. Saley? Does she seem weird? Weirded? Sorry. Does she seem weirded out by this? Oh God, she's just staring back at me. Eh? Cool. Yikes. Okay, well I definitely pretend I wasn't looking at her then.
Have you been taking care of yourself?
Is that me? Yes. Things have been well, thank you.
No open wounds, no sores.
No, nothing of the sort. I kind of checked myself over.
You don't need a physical, do you?
Not at this time, but I will inform you when the requisite 12 months are up.
Well, I suppose I could certify you fit for duty.
Do you require an examination to do so?
And then Talus just looks over. No, she doesn't. Saley, stop being a creep. Brom, don't put up with it.
What did I write? Enforcer. Yeah, sorry, that was clearly my brain. Reading.
It says it's
Thank
enforced
you.
with the spark, and Kyoko is
Yeah.
enforced with the spark. 2 enter, 1 leaves.
Yay! Oh, guess I need.
Thanks, Liz.
And then Incisor just like rips her apart because she's.
It's written properly on my page.
Well, sister, thank you. That was a very effective way of assigning titles. I appreciate my new title here at the Spark.
That taken care of. There's another matter. It looks like Gears is ready to start its operations back up below us soon. They've rebuilt. Which means that I don't know whether that means we're gonna have another dragon hanging around underneath us.
No, we made an agreement.
Which was?
Sophia made an agreement. We are set.
Different dragon.
What?
No, that was the Oh fuck! It was a different dragon. We still made an agreement. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but we definitely
Yeah,
made
well,
an agreement
we
with him.
ended on friendly terms
Yeah.
with...
Oh,
Jig Grifter.
yep.
Well done. Oh, Kung Fu
It was
Fighter,
this actually that did it for me. Jig Grifter. Well, he flew away, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
He came back.
we're good. And I guess I'll figure out some way to have office hours there too, huh?
Well, I'm not gonna take you away from your job.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of jobs these days, it seems. That's okay. It's just a floor below.
When we start seeing more people showing up, when the workshop has been geared up back to its full capacity, there's one thing that Zister and I want to make absolutely clear. they're on our turf.
Mhm.
Which means that in as much as we are going to make an effort to be polite and inviting to our guests, they're on our turf.
Of course.
This place is technically a muse,
Yes.
and therefore, if there's anybody who is the head honcho around here, it's not somebody who happens to have a lot of title with another house.
Of course not.
Is that understood? Okay. You can tell Kyoko that she's fired whenever you want.
Fired.
You know, because she's asleep.
Super
Ah,
very
yes, of
important
course.
meeting. Mm-mm.
That's all I needed from all of you. Was just your cooperation to figure out what names I get to not call you. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's everything for now, Zister. Thank you.
Great. I'm going to bed. And he gets up, and he puts his coffee thermos down.
How long have you been waiting for us?
I needed to get this done. And I find that some of you only operate during morning hours, like freaks.
I think although different people have different hours where they are at their best, I think most of us rise with the sun. Do we not? Is it just me?
No. It's- What time is it this morning? Like right now?
8 a.m. or whatever. Right?
I don't know. 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
Oh, it's like 9:30.
Okay.
So like there's no reason why Kyoko shouldn't be awake. Like none at all.
Well, it's even been like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and Kyoko's still been asleep.
That's fair. Gonna help get her back to the bed so that she can continue to rest.
So she just sort of like nuzzles a little bit back into your chest as this goes on, and then Shizer says, "Just get a room, gah,
That's where we're going.
good."
Sorry. Jesus.
The real reason why I needed to get this done is because Granville asked me to get all this stuff together, so now I can tell him.
I'll start writing up a checklist of, things guests have to agree to and all of that. And make sure that all the good tools are on lockdown.
Zister, you said that His Grace needed to be informed. I can do that. As ambassador, I can notify him.
Oh, look, it's less work for me.
Yep.
Wonderful. And he continues to head off towards his bedroom. And then he turns back
yes,
again.
Chatelaine.
Turns back again. The rules are very simple. If there's room, and I don't want it, and you don't want it, then they can be here. If they're respectful, they get to stay. If they're not, they're out.
Yep.
If they break shit, they buy it or pay us to fix it. And if they make anything that's prescribed, it has to be all right with the best din. Finally, if they make any weapons and they decide to turn them on the spark, I will erase them. Well, technically, it's his job now to erase them. Are you good at erasing, Brahm?
Oh, does that mean Brahmin and Sizer are working together on this?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, great.
If our duties overlap in the defense of this news, then I would be overjoyed to work alongside and fight alongside the brave incisor. That said, I believe that the duties are slightly different. Security is physical-
day to day.
Exactly, the safety of those here and outside.
Champion is a bit more of a political ultimate fighter. I hate this. I really do. This is why I have a chatelaine. You explain it to him, and then he starts leaving again.
You did explain it.
I was just giving you a hard time. We all understand the difference.
Good. Then I am glad.
I'm gonna get on the phone and try to get through to Foe.
Oh, yeah.
Fox.
Hi, this is Fox.
Hi, Fox. Would His Grace have any appointments available this afternoon? I have to update him on the spark.
Oh, let me have a look. Who's the appointment with? You?
With the Lady Sophia.
Oh, let me hear the rest of that. The Lady Sophia.
Lady Sophia Ablium.
Oh, his calendar just opened up.
Oh my god. Thank you so much.
And you hear just like some scribbling. It's going to be like 1 o'clock. You can just get to Heart's Light. I'll see you right through.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Oh, count on it. And then, do you hang up the phone? Because you
Yes.
you hear his phone enter his pocket, like the fabric scraping. Clearly, he has forgot to hang up.
I'm. I'm sorry.
To hear him say all those weird things about us.
You know, I'd
probably.
rather not hear what he has to say about us.
So yeah, that's all set.
Perfect. So I'm going to turn to Mab and Zeron. Well, this works out wonderfully. I have an appointment at Heart's Light at 1 o'clock, so the two of you have your lunch at 1 o'clock.
Of course. I'll see if I can find a picnic blanket. That seems appropriate.
I look at Mab because she loves picnics.
You just love a good picnic.
Mab's sort of torn between being like pissy and being excited, so she's pissited.
Decided, sure, yeah.
Great, we'll take it.
Exissy?
For sure.
I like that.
And then there's something that happens that doesn't normally happen, Sophia. Mab starts to press alternately into your neck with her hands. Those who have cats recognize this gesture.
I'm gonna give her a little affectionate nose boop.
Making biscuits, yeah, there we go. Everybody starts to filter away, going back to what they were doing before.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to work on, making some paperwork for guests to make it all streamlined. By guests, I mean specifically Google folks who want to work in the workshop.
there is a ding, and the doors to the elevator open up, and it's McAllister. Just McAllister, by the way. Not Helena's not there or whatever. McAllister looks quite well rested, and there's like fewer bags under his eyes. He's walking with a little bit of a straighter back, although he still has his limp. And he comes in and sees, I guess the three of you are left behind. You set Kyoko down in a bed somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna bring her back to bed and then not be able to talk to her until she's awake and functional, so I'll just...
Right, I'll need to speak to all of you. If you
Here we
don't
are.
mind.
Hi.
And he walks over to the bar. You don't mind if I have a drink at the start, yeah?
Go for it.
And he starts to reach behind the bar, and from the kitchen you hear, "Don't fucking try." And Claude comes out. "If you want a drink, I will get you a drink. It is what I do. It is my purpose. Don't take that away from me." You know, I believe that we asked you to be a member of the Red Branch originally because of your logistics and your military planning, not because you could pour a drink.
Doesn't hurt, of course, to have someone with such a skill set.
And he pours some Johnny Walker Black into a glass, puts it across the bar, and then heads back into the kitchen.
You see, Lord McAllister, title is subjective based on one's location.
Well, actually, I need him back here too. And if you have Kyoko here, that would be a kindness as well.
You can physically bring her, but it doesn't mean she'll be conscious.
I was going to say, does she need to be functional?
Well, why isn't she functional?
Probably was up all night gaming.
Oh, that's true, probably. I can sleep through anything now.
Can you just get her, please?
Yes, I'll return in a moment. For the second time today, I like lever her up onto her feet and like walk her feet forward like a little child. So I take her hands and I'm just like,
What are we doing? Why is life?
I am this must be horrible for you. A Monday morning where people need your attention. I'm so sorry.
Do people not understand the concept of closed beta weekend?
I'm not sure I do, so no,
God.
I don't think so.
Damn it. And so she pulls herself up, she picks up Brahm's hand and just puts it on her face for a second, and then, okay. And she...
Are you alright? That must have hurt.
There are certain things that can absolutely wake me up. And she heads back out into the exhaust.
I promise not to bother you with any of my ideas until we're both well awake.
Right, so, this is kind of a half of a political thing, and half of it is organizing this one, and he looks directly at Patches. He actually says, and he looks directly at Patches, out loud.
I'm
that's
sorry,
cute.
what?
Right, so you're not to be rude, but you're actually the second item of business here. You're still involved in the first.
I can go to another room while
You're
you get
still involved in
with
the first. So there was talk of organizing a place that's not home fires for the Golden Braid. There is talk that it's sort of the Golden Braid is supposed to be the extension of the Royal Will, but at the same time operating independently of the Royal Will, because the Royal Will is that they are independent. And so home fire seems to be a bit close to the crown if it's supposed to be independent. Now, it turns out that there's quite a bit of us that are right here. And so it was floated that that might be a good place for us to sort of get our clubhouse together. But as convinced 2 days ago, it's perhaps not really in the best interest of everybody if we start trying to make a play for the county here. Originally, Helena was thinking of it, but that's been scuttled. But we're still in sort of a jam. So, that's item number 1. Item number 2 is that we might have somebody else who decides to join our merry band. The official invite's been given and it has been accepted. Unofficial.
Congratulations.
Is that right?
Sounds about right. I would perhaps need one final word with Her Majesty before final joining.
Oh, who wouldn't want a word with Her Majesty? I'm sure that can be arranged, especially because whatever your trial's going to be, it's going to have to take place in Terranar with her overseeing it. Brom, you'll design that trial.
All right.
You're welcome to any resources that we have at our disposal. Lady Sophia has been asked here because she was participatory in the formation of the Golden Braid. Don't know whether you'll want to do something at the same absolute pain in the ass that we had to deal with the last time. But the trick is, if we let anybody in who hasn't for some reason suffered, then it's not good enough. The reality is, it's not enough to just ask. We all need to be shown that we are ready and willing to do what it needs to be done. What the Golden Braid stands for. Yeah? So, Bram, that one's up to you. You know Patches here better than most.
It's going to take a lot of thinking. But I will definitely be calling upon you, Lord McAllister, to beg of you some of those resources.
I'll let nothing more than to see you beg, but at the same time, this is a thing that we're going to be paying attention to. Don't worry. Well, worry because, I don't know, Brom might be a right pick. What?
I'm not worried.
She's not worried. All right, well, there we are. Everybody's aware of what's going on. Helena's going to remain at the moment in her own barony. Otherwise, we have one other matter to discuss. Now, Sophia, if you don't mind, you can choose to stay or you can choose to leave, but this is somewhat sensitive.
I'll be in the garden. If you decide any of this information pertains to me or I can help, please let me know.
It might. It's just, I need you to know that if we're going to discuss this, that you can't discuss it outside the people in this room.
I don't do much discussing with people other than those in this room, so in that case I'll stay.
All right. We are not involved in politics, as it were. It's not our job to get involved unless somebody's decided to do something crazy like take over the world or blow up the ocean. However, there is something that I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of. There's rumours that Granville's not going to remain here in Montreal forever. Heartslight was not designed to be the seat of power here in the Duchy of Many Rivers. That's up in Quebec City. in a castle that I'm sure you're somewhat familiar with. And right now, that castle is being looked over by Fairlith because she went to the prom and didn't get picked for homecoming.
I don't think it's. Rom stops himself from sort of clapping back. That was definitely the intent, though. So he's just like, murr, murr.
The reason I'm bringing it up to all of us is that at the moment in Quebec City, that's a bit of a dangerous powder keg, isn't it? The recent events that took place with Broken Flight, they're done. As near as I can tell, everybody has either been charged and processed or they've been released. But at the same time, we don't want to see any fallback on the Lady Sophia because Fairlith wasn't chosen. So, with that in mind, now that you all know, that's what we got to deal with. Is there anything else? We are not to interfere with the political process as members of the Golden Braid. We have no stance.
The Golden Braid does not have a stance.
No, you're allowed to have whatever stance you want. You don't have to listen to me because the Golden Braid itself has no political stance on this issue. Unless, of course, it turns out that Granville's trying to blow up the ocean, in which case we will vote him out of office and the planet.
No, I understand, Lord McAllister.
Well, good. I'm even using words with several syllables in them, so I'm relatively sure that Claude will appreciate what we're just saying. I got you a drink. Why do you have to do this to me? Huh?
Lord McAllister, I
Yes.
appreciate that you are bringing events to our attention that are potential future difficulties, especially of the political nature. But if we are to not have a stance, are you suggesting we should involve ourselves in some other way? Or simply be prepared?
I'm trying to make sure that we're all on the same page here. After all, we got ourselves a little one.
Oh,
And we got to set a good example. And one of the important things that she reminded all of us 2 days ago is that we aren't in the business of making political statements ourselves. We're in the business of doing the right. Not doing... creating laws. I don't know.
well, I understand.
Lord McAllister, if the headquarters, shall we say, of the Golden Braid, if that were to move, would you move as well, or would you remain?
Unfortunately, my days of running around aren't exactly still here, so wherever the clubhouse ends up being, I'll probably have to stay there as well.
Well, it's not all bad. You make it sound terrible. This is a
You-
wonder.
It's not terrible. There used to be a time that I could get up and I could run for days. And now I can get up and I can run to the fridge.
Do you have someone in mind for taking over Home Fires?
Home Fires doesn't technically belong to us. It belongs to, well, the High Queen. It's her winter lodge.
So perhaps we can consult with her. Perhaps find some arrangement that will help leverage a home here.
Maybe. See,
Or-
you're already she's better at this than I am. I don't get it.
You know, a little bit of a pool table, move someone to Home Fire, someone moves to that place, we move, that whole song and dance.
I'm not pleased with the situation. I'm definitely not pleased with the situation as it stands right now here, but there's nothing we can do about it officially.
Which situation?
Look, Granville had this great plan. It was going to get Fiona some points, and it was going to make him look like he was a strong leader again, which was get him, and he points to Zeron, over to the Kingdom of Apples. Now, that's not going to happen anymore. Incidentally, the Lady Sophia, the Golden Braid, officially thanks you for not losing one of our members to that. Anyway, he's clearly kidding when he says that, by the way. But there's something about the island of Montreal that we've been keeping very close eyes on for the past 30 years. And it's not something that's that's a very pleasant subject. It was about shortly after the expo here in 1969, after the resurgence which brought back the Sidhe. The city has always been, what can you say, a political hotbed, and it was originally supposed to be the storehouse for House Baylor. Now look, I'm not somebody to necessarily say that one house is better than another, but Baylor's Baylor. Do you need a refresher on House Baylor?
I would love one.
Yes, please.
All right, one sec.
An unseelie house, I believe. And that's what I know about that. I always confuse it with Duval.
I mean, people can still hear me.
Berries.
I can no longer hear them.
Oh.
But I do have a book.
He does have a book.
Book. You know, even if I had infinite money, I'm not certain that I could design like a appropriate, like, you know, the ideal gaming studio type thing. Like I'd still have all the shit right in front of me
Yeah.
at all times.
You know, have like button that would make things just disappear, and then button that would the thing you needed would pop up.
Giant
All
on the
right.
table.
House
Down, like,
Baylor.
Balor.
If the Sidhe were born of dreams, of power and beauty, then House Baylor traces its roots to the dreams of the terrible wrath that power could unleash.
Thanks.
Ruthless generals, savage warriors, and relentless hunters, the Blooded emulate their legendary namesake, Baylor of the Baleful Eye, in demonstrating why mortals once feared the Fae as gods, and might again one day. House Baylor may not be the subtlest house, but what it lacks in nuance it more than makes up for in brute strength and vicious cunning. Relations between the Blooded and members of the Seelie houses are strained at best, even putting aside their fearsome reputation. The house's Fomorian blood makes their Seelie counterparts deeply uneasy. For their part, the Baylor see politics as a necessary evil and tend to play the game defensively, slowly taking and fortifying territory rather than flitting about from court to court. As a result, the house holds a surprising amount of territory, especially for one that is often absent from the whirl of court events. Despite their aggressive reputation, Baylor are not mindless brutes, nor are they always quick to turn to violence. Any action taken is always a means to an end, not simply an end in itself. There are bullies and sadists in their ranks, to be sure, but they do not tend to rise far, as their enjoyment of pain is too personal and self-interested to be of much use to the house in general. Likewise, the Blooded tend to seek out mortal occupations where their direct manner and propensity for action serves them well. If they get to bloody their knuckles occasionally too, well, it's just a bonus. Baylor is home to the fewest Seelie of any unseelie house, as the traditionally minded Blooded view Seelie concepts like love and honor as weaknesses to be exploited, rather than virtues to be celebrated. Members discovered to be Seelie find themselves challenged or even assaulted by their fellow members at every turn. For what it's worth, however, those that can weather such constant abuse are some of the toughest individuals of any house. They might even win a measure of grudging respect from their peers for their fortitude, if not their affiliation. The Blooded's willingness to accept even the most unpleasant tasks without complaint is made manifest in their house boon, along with one of the prime reasons they are so widely feared by other Fae. While touching cold iron causes a Baelor mild discomfort, she does not lose glamour from handling it, nor from being struck by it.
Jesus.
Oh, they are evil.
Members even have a slim chance to soak damage from cold iron sources. It's a difficulty of 10. However, cold iron still inflicts aggravated damage on the Blooded, and death by cold iron destroys a Baelor's soul the same as any other changeling. Another flaw is that all members of House Baelor are marked by sinister deformities and wear them proudly. Baelor Fae tend towards freakish traits such as forked tongues, glowing eyes, overlong limbs, scales, fur instead of hair, and other markedly unnatural characteristics. Blooded deformity might be temporarily concealed, but can never be permanently corrected, not even with magic. She of House Baelor are born with these traits, displaying mortal versions of them even before their chrysalis, while other Fae who take titles in the house later on in life inevitably develop them as part of the Blooded's secret initiation rites. They never provide mechanical advantages on their own, and they also have a maximum willpower rating of 6.
Oh, that's intriguing.
They just can't resist the call of evil.
No.
All of the while.
While the specifics remain frustratingly vague, House Baelor has no illusions about what likely led to their exile from Arcadia. They backed the losing side and paid for it. Rather than scheme about ways to re-enter Arcadia, however, the Blooded have a different plan. They intend to conquer the Autumn World and thereby cut off its supply of glamour to Arcadia. House Baelor will not grovel and beg to be taken back. The Blooded will force Arcadia to its knees.
Yikes. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, alrighty then.
Well then.
Well, shit.
Suffice to say that while we don't take political sides, the idea of an ounce that would deliberately try to cut us off from Arcadia is not exactly one that we tend to support. Yeah? It was, however, political weakness that allowed them to take root here. And Montreal is a very powerful place. There are a lot of wellsprings of glamour that exist here because it's a city that's very accommodating to artists themselves. We don't want them to get it back. Now that's unofficial. But let's be honest here. No one wants that.
So is there concern that Baelor may make a move?
If Granville loses his power here, or if he decides to return back to Quebec City, yes. In fact, we believe it's possible that that's why he returned here in the first place.
Surely forgive me for my political naivete. Are you okay, bro? But surely Duke Granville should simply name a successor here.
Whether or not there's a duke doesn't matter. The duke is supposed to rule from Frontenac. But here, right now, that's a different story, isn't it?
Do we have any idea what Feralith wants to do?
No, not as of yet. We haven't reached out because we're not sure that we're her favorite people right now.
Understood. Although she was able to handle the situation in Quebec City quite well.
Absolutely.
Well,
They give me the heebie-jeebies.
sounds like there are a few action points. see what Feralith's plans would be, see what Duke Granville's plans would be, see who can or should ascertain control over whichever freehold Granville chooses not to be in. Watch out for Montreal, which I suppose we've already been doing. Find a freehold here for the Golden Braid.
She's making the rest of you look bad, and she hasn't even passed the trial.
Maybe this is my trial.
No.
No? No trial by paperwork?
That would be suffering, but
We're
That
not
would
that
be.
cruel.
well, I for one am processing, thinking upon my actions before making lists. That is me. That is not a judgment of anyone else.
Well, at the moment, I have to return to Home Fires because we still have a home base and someone needs to be there. So, I thought I'd get this out of the way with all the rest of you while you're still here. You'll be summoned as soon as Brom manages to make up an appropriate trial for you. And as long as it's not interfering with other social engagements that the rest of you have figured it out.
Well, Lord McAllister, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and for bringing us these challenges.
I'm off to experience Old Orchard
Do it.
in an airport.
Huh.
Oh yeah, did you not know?
Since when?
In the Montreal airport, they have an Old Orchard.
Where?
Where?
Doesn't seem simple to have an orchard at an airport.
I was just there.
Planes
Yeah,
would disturb the trees.
Canada or America or international
I
departures?
think it's international departures.
Takers.
If it's international, that would make sense. What was that from?
Just joking about orchards at airports.
Kingdom of Apples. They're going to the Kingdom of Apples. Orchards.
Apple orchards, of
Yes,
course.
yes. Yes.
Understood, yes.
Right, I'm off.
All right. Safe travels.
He gets up and he nods to people, and then Kyoko gives like a sleepy little wave, and he
I
leaves.
try to reach out to like clasp his hand, but I
clap
can't do
his
that.
like, oh,
Smack him in the gooch. No,
right in the satyr butt.
See your bud.
That's cute.
And then he leaves.
So, quite a lot, friends, wasn't it? Patches, I do appreciate the enumerating. By the way, I made it sound like I did not, but I appreciate it.
We know that he's not good at dealing with this sort of thing. I mean, the man needs to just let other people know that things got to happen. So I don't really think that this is news, is it?
I mean, no, sort of. It's.
Not everybody has been here for as long as you, Chloe.
Contagious yawns.
And some of us don't remember.
I believe, Kyoko, that we will have had enough visits for one day if you choose to retire back to the bedroom.
No, I should stay up.
All right, I try to stand her up.
I don't know why I'm so tired.
I'm not sure. Were you up late?
Yes, but I'm up late a lot. I'm not normally this wiped out. I'll be fine.
Kyoko, are you alright?
I'm fine. Believe me, I'm fine.
I would like to roll on that.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Now, and is it still perk empathy?
Yeah, for this one it will be.
Is her
No, perception subterfuge.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is her forehead warm?
No.
Yeah.
Well, in as much as it has warmth.
Yeah, she's not,
She's
you
a
know, a
lizard.
vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, this whole time, how did I not
I am a
notice
vampire, and what?
Insightful?
No.
3 successes.
that? Hey.
No, 2 successes, sorry.
She's definitely hiding something. It's not clear what.
I kind of like look at Brom.
I will return her to bed. You're right, Kyoko. It's probably
No, I should stay up. I'll find coffee. Coffee fixes everything.
I go with her to the bar to find coffee.
Claude, one coffee, please. And if anybody else wants something, it's on me.
I would also like a coffee, please, if that's all right.
Hey, Kyoko.
Mm.
What the fuck is going on? No. None of this yawning, none of this, oh boo-hoo, I'm so tired. What the fuck is going on?
I'm just... You know, I'm deprived of oxygen, and that means that you have to take in a lot of oxygen.
Mm-hmm. Cool, you're grounded until, you explain yourself.
What?
You missed the meeting about titles and stuff, so you don't know what your rights and responsibilities are here at the Spark. You aren't allowed to leave the Spark until you explain what the fuck is going on.
Nothing's going on, I'm just... And then she leans against the bar, and then there's a slight, like, zzz.
She mentioned something about a closed beta weekend. Now, I'm not sure what that might be, but perhaps some sort of... Well, it could be video games, but it could be fish. Honestly,
She's
I'm not
hiding something.
She is, like,
Perception-
asleep now.
sure. Why would you say that?
Perception
I
gray
can
mare,
tell.
maybe?
Perception Greymare?
Yeah.
That would be Perception Kenning.
Kenning, right? That's the
Greymare is
one that I
knowing
want.
about things.
Yeah.
Kenning is about sensing
Yeah,
things.
that's what I wanted. Difficulty?
Perception, Kenning.
Sorry?
Difficulty?
Difficulty is 7.
Okay, I'll spend a point of willpower. One,
Great, now I've forced
2
myself to yawn, and
successes.
so now I'm actually yawning.
Yeah.
Because my
Sure, yeah.
life is pain. I'm
you.
sorry?
2 successes.
2 successes. Kyoko doesn't seem to have any cantrips specifically cast upon her at this time.
Okay.
No, everything, you know, from a glamour perspective, seems to be fine with her.
My friends, I will ask Kyoko what might be troubling her, if anything. That perhaps it kept her up late,
Yep.
being anxious about something.
Go for it,
I'm
Brom.
not going to walk in her dreams unless she says it's okay, so
You should ask her when she is awake.
I
Then.
will.
All right, Brom.
She starts to like slide along the bar, propped up, like, and then she eventually just comes to a stop, and then her ears just over the ends, and Claude very delicately takes some cocktail sticks and just hooks her ears up and places them on either side of the bar so that she's not dangling in the cut oranges.
That's nice.
Thanks for the oranges. I'm sorry.
It's still nice. I don't see why it's not nice. My friends, it sounds like there are nobles to reach out to, and if I'm being honest, the idea of a political vacuum here in Across the Shadow is worrisome to me.
We won't let it happen.
Hmm?
We won't let it happen.
Mm-hmm. If Duke Granville is to retire or leave, return to the seat of power here in the Duchy of Many Rivers, then we need someone who can oversee this county. Perhaps from Heartslight, or perhaps from elsewhere. I, for one, am very happy living here at the Spark, especially with my new title. And he, like, peacocks a little bit.
And your
Which
new
looks like
house.
New house.
Yes, do you not enjoy living at the house that someone so graciously gave you as a wedding present?
Yes, I live in that home, but I spend some of my life here at the Spark.
Ah.
I feel
It's good to have an
rejuvenated.
address for Neale to go to. A lot of, Canada Post are pretty good, but they can't quite find the 13th floor of this building.
You make
I
a
am
good point.
very happy, though, with the home that we have. Thank you again. It was,
Anyway, so
okay.
there are important political folks to be contacted. Yeah. And plans to be made.
Zeron, could I speak to you outside?
Of course.
Wait, before you go, I have a crazy idea, and I just want to see if anybody else thinks it's a bad one. The Golden Braid needs a home here in Montreal. Could we not build something new? I feel that in the course of my duties over these past many years, I have taken much from this world, some of which is unable to be returned to it, destroyed. I would like to create. And Patches, I think it was you and I that were speaking some time ago, in some distant part of my past that I can't remember, about being creative, about building, and I am no architect, no artist, but could we not work together to create a freehold here on the island of Montreal?
I think
Can you-
that the Golden Braid should have a freehold. They shouldn't, just as Home Fires isn't quite the right place because it is the winter home, and the Spark isn't the right place because it is its own freehold. I think there's some merit to that idea.
It should be its own entity.
All right. Well, when Kyoko awakes, she and I will start thinking about and acting upon how to build a new freehold. I'm excited.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Brom.
I am not yet so sure, Lady Sophia, but thank you for the vote of confidence. There's much to do, and much I do not know. But it will feel nice to put something new into the world, I think,
You're going to create.
other than my children. What? What?
You're going to create.
I'm going to try.
You will.
Art is risk, is it not? Creation? Risk?
No risk, no reward.
I mean,
Change is good.
look, it's more useful to create something that everyone can enjoy compared to creating something that, just comes out of your butt. What?
Would
Lord,
you
I
like
was
to help
thinking-
in this endeavor? As a member of the Golden Braid? To assure that it isn't something just coming out of his butt?
It's called diffusing the situation with humor. It's
I'll remember to
Realize
put you
I
on
was-
bomb duty at our next encounter.
on what duty?
Bomb defusal.
I go in for the low 5 with Patches. Like below the level of the bar, so you
Yeah.
can't see them going in for the 5. Yeah, nice.
Get you one of those suits.
Zeron starts heading outside because that's where he was
I
told
go
to
to
go.
follow him.
And he's a good little boy and he does what he's told.
Oh.
Once we're outside in the garden, it's fine that Mab is here and can hear this, by the way.
I imagine that there isn't much that she isn't aware of.
That's true. She's seen a great deal.
Whoa, that was haunted.
Mab just develops a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
We both kind of like mirror expression.
So many sexy she.
And I've seen her take home a lot. Okay, so ever since Beltane, I sort of had this crazy idea. And I've put off telling you because I wasn't sure of its implications for you.
Implications?
I was thinking of putting my name forward to be Countess here.
Countess here at the Spark?
No. In this county, maybe taking over. Maybe Heart's Light if His Grace decides to leave, and he allowed it. Everyone's talking about this power vacuum and how someone needs to be in charge, and I realized I know this city. And I know the people here, and not just the Fae. And I could do it. But this is exactly the type of life that somebody else signed you up for. And I would no longer entertain this without talking to you.
He's waiting to see if there's anything else.
Countess Ware was speaking to me of an idea of creating almost a task force of enchanted mortals who could help us patrol the borders between the dreaming and the mortal worlds. They could work with us. We could, if this is something that you're at all interested in, we could oversee this. I don't know, what do you... I can normally tell what you're thinking. I can't tell what you're thinking.
This is important to you.
Yes, but not if it would take away from the life that you want.
There's a difference between assigning me a life and my helping make a dream come true.
But could it be your dream too? Can you see yourself in all of this? Independent of how you feel about me, does this picture that I'm painting, do you see yourself in it?
You have a vision for what you would see Cross's shadow become. But you have also asked if I could be a part in creating that vision, of maintaining that vision. This place has been my home for a long time. And I owe it a great deal, because it brought me you. I couldn't imagine living here knowing that I had the chance to do something to help it. I will learn. I will learn because instead of this being something that I am being placed in because of the colors on my back, you are asking me to participate in something because it needs to be done. There are ways to get me to do things. If Granville hasn't learned them, that's no fault of his if you have.
I was thinking of gently broaching the subject with him this afternoon. You know him better than I do. Would he be very angry? Or do you think he would actually listen?
You aren't asking to take his position. So that's already a better option. But if you're going to ask him this, you must understand that there may be other candidates, and I have no idea who they may be or what they can offer. You are of a house that is not traditionally known for holding many lands, and this is indeed an important one in the grand scheme of Concordia. And so if you're going to broach the subject with him, I'd ask that you not do it alone.
Would you like to be there?
Like is an awfully weak word these days.
Well, then why don't you have an earlier lunch with Mab, you two, and then we'll go together.
I need to discuss this with one other person first. No, two. Would that be all right? Perhaps Mab wouldn't mind waiting another 20 minutes for me.
Get your under control.
No, shut up.
Oh my god.
Should I send anybody out to talk to you?
I need to speak to your motley mates.
Can I be present for that?
I could never dream of telling you that you couldn't be where you wished. I would suggest that maybe it would not be appropriate.
And then I run back. I give him a little kiss on the cheek. Like,
Oh, like still frame where you leave it and then you're leaving. Cute.
Prince in.
Cute. Well, I'm like trying to like lift like Kyoko off the bar to like get her back to bed, despite her wanting to wake. Oh no, I'm trying to feed her some coffee so she'll wake up. That's what I'm trying to do.
She is now sleepily, groggily, her eyes half lidded, sipping at a mug of very strong coffee.
If there's anything I can do that would take some responsibilities off your plate, things that would that are keeping you up, I can do that.
Everything's fine. I'm just sleepy.
All right, I will not push it again. But unfortunately, I cannot tell you what your role is here at the Spark. You have been grounded, you see.
No, Patches made that clear. It's fine. I can live here forever.
How will you go out? I suppose you don't need to.
I won't. I will be a prisoner, but it will be a gilded cage.
Yes, of course.
You know that means I will have to stay with you as well, by your side. Forever.
Do you hear that, Patches? I have a devoted husband.
Cool. Congrats. We can discuss this tomorrow once you've had a better sleep.
And she takes her coffee and she goes over to one of the couches and sits down and starts sipping at it.
Brom is kind of the exhaust is not like stacked full of like brochures for Montreal or whatever, but like he's looking around the edges of the room to see if there's an old map of the city, like a physical paper copy.
Oh, fuck no.
Shit.
Zister isn't
maybe
that
he
kind
could
of
Draw
guy.
one from memory, Brom.
Oh boy. Okay, Brom's grabbing a big sheet of
Boomerang,
paper.
sort
Yeah,
of.
he's doing. He's
Yeah,
doing
boomerang.
a big
That will
boomerang.
be. You'd bizarre.
You're in a big kidney bean-shaped island with the rivers.
Sophia, you can.
You can stop this
She
anytime.
enters and, oh, please stop the art. We'll find art here.
This is not art.
What?
This is not art.
What are you doing?
I'm drawing a map of the city.
Oh.
A study in
Zeron.
cashew, number 12.
Sir Zeron would like to speak to you both.
At
some kind.
same time or individually?
I think at the same time.
Off we go.
And I kind of just like motion to Sophia and like motion at Kyoko.
I
and
give a
then
minute nod.
Mhm. Now that my message has been perfectly understood, I go into the garden with Patches.
I feel it's important for you to realize that there's something that is occurring. We're all shifting our responsibilities in life. You have a motley, one of the most powerful organizations that exists in the entire world. The bonds between you are distinct. They exist, they are tangible, even if we can't see them. They still can be felt across the dreaming itself and across the world. And yet, I am engaged with one of you. And so I feel like it is important to me that what occurs in my life, as it will affect yours, that there's a certain understanding between us. Sophia is ambitious. And she's looking to take me along for the ride. Do you two have any reason to object to any of this?
I object to ambition for ambition's sake. What are you saying, Lord Zeron?
I don't remember the precise words we spoke in those moments, but ultimately we agreed to stand by one another and defend one another and watch out for one another. Kyoko and Brahm becoming married didn't change that, nor will your marriage to Sophia. And that doesn't mean that Kyoko or you have any less role in any of our lives. It is just a different role.
I respect your opinions too much to make decisions that could affect your lives without asking you first.
I mean, are you and Sophia gonna say that we all now have to wear our shoes backwards?
Yes.
That would be very difficult.
It is the only way to fool the people who are constantly tracking your footsteps.
I object.
My God, that's an incredible idea.
I'll be right back. And he goes to find Sophia.
Who's sauntered over to Kyoko. Sits beside her, gives her a little shoulder nudge.
Wait. Here, hold on. You're on that side of the screen. So you're going to have to nudge through Kate. Ready? Go.
Nice.
I think that was Claude, who's like on the side.
I'm the
far
middleman.
Kyoko, I'm worried about you.
Why?
This seems out of character. Something's amiss. Could I walk in your dreams just to double check?
You're saying that something's amiss because I'm sleepy, and so you wish for me to sleep. I like your solutions.
Is it all right if I walk in your dreams while you sleep?
I don't think I could ever say no to you walking in my dreams.
And they just go to like stroke her head and ears. She falls asleep.
And then she like jerks herself awake and tries to drink more of the coffee. Oh, that wasn't me. Okay.
No, sorry. It's just this thing.
Sophia, if you could join us.
Stay there. I'll be right back. And go outside.
And then just before you hit the door, if you're ready, I can stand next to you on this. But it's important to me that your motley also supports you as well. Is that all right?
Of course.
And he opens the door.
Hello. Some blowout.
We've been hearing a lot this morning, and it isn't even noon, so let me just add one more thing to your plates. I have an interest in attempting to become Countess of this county.
I question the way you pronounced it, but I do not question.
I question you the way you pronounce it. Shh.
I get it. I was getting a little too close to you in rank, so you gotta bump it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you do it by like pulling a knife on Duke Granville, it'll be a little more difficult than if you can be all clever political about it. But
I thought I would just ask him and see what he says.
that's good. Yeah.
So you approve?
Go for it. I didn't ask any of your permission before I acquired my title.
Yeah, that's because as a motley, we care about each other, but not really. No, I'm totally
Yeah,
kidding.
we care. We just don't stifle, you know. Lady Sophia, I have tried to stab someone for less.
So true, though.
He was essentially just vaguely suspicious. I'm very happy for you. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Is this what you were speaking of, Sir Zeron? Lord Zeron, damn it. I must get used to that.
You can just call me Zeron. We've all got title at this point. It's kind of a formality. Oh, right. It's you.
What do you mean? It's me.
Formality is something that you wrap around yourself like a comfortable cloak.
Exactly. Much like this comfortable cloak.
Brom, if
Yes.
this all works out, I give you full permission to only address me as Your Excellency for the rest of our lives.
No, I think I would prefer to continue to use your
Okay.
name as well.
Okay. Smash cut to the moment where the high crown is placed on Sophia's head, and Brahm is like, "Your Excellency," and everybody just like draws swords.
I'm like, no, she told me. Following the rules.
I call my wife Lady Kyoko. I absolutely cannot call him just Zeron. God.
Oh, he calls me Lady Kyoko, but you should hear some of the other things he has. Like Snuggle Muffin and Boopy Boops.
Thought we had agreed not to use those in public. They're my special words, you know. You know what I mean.
It's the opposite of getting turned on. That.
Yep.
Sophia, that sounds good. Yeah.
This could be something very valuable for us to present in quick succession. This idea of creating a new freehold that would house the Golden Braid, and then me putting myself forward to rule this county.
We would be increasing the assuming he's continuing on as the Duke of the Duchy of Many Rivers, we would be adding power to his holding by creating this new freehold. It would free him up to retake the official seat of power. Just hope he hasn't been plotting something for the last month and just gonna get all mad.
We wouldn't know.
I wag my finger at you, sir. I wag.
And Liam.
Yay! It's a sign.
So are you doing this?
It sounds like a good idea.
All right. First things first.
Poor Zister, we're all like, yeah, absolutely, we'll serve this freehold. Okay, bye.
I ain't going anywhere.
This might take years. This could take decades.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Sophia if you would... No, you know what? Someone's rolling the die of luck for her. Kate, could you roll a die of luck for the date?
Oh.
Yay. Please go well. I can't handle them hating each other. What? No.
Zeron makes a very polite request that the two be left alone for their outdoor picnic.
And Sophia is very pleased to agree, accept, and shuffles the other ones out of the garden.
All right, fine.
And goes back to the exhaust because she also wants to dream walk Kyoko first time.
Right now.
Well, I don't know. She's napping.
Okay, so the following things are true. First, when Zeron ends the lunch, he requests an opportunity to change his clothes.
Oh. Okay.
So I want you to roll me your perception.
Exactly.
God damn it.
I want you to roll me your perception animal ken.
Ooh.
Oh, good lord.
No, that's fine.
Requiem. Naughty.
That's where my mind went before. I don't see why not.
That's 3 successes.
Zeron has grass stains on his knees and on the cuffs of his shirt because he has been searching for bugs for Mab to eat.
That was their date?
Yes.
God damn.
It's pretty cute.
That's pretty cute. That is pretty cute.
Now, he is she, so obviously these grass stains are not significant, but to him, they are, and so he must change.
Does Mab seem like she's in a good mood?
Mab seems like she's floating on cloud 9.
Sophia is going to follow Zeron upstairs and try to get into some hanky-panky because
Oh.
she's so pleased that it went well.
So instead of dreamwalking
So she's
for
like, oh my gosh, let me help you change out of this.
dreamwalking for Kyoko, you're going upstairs to.
No, while they're on their date. She's
Oh,
been
so she's
dreamwalking
dreamwalking
out, so
Kyoko
we're
first,
doing
and
a little
then
bit of
she's.
time skipping.
I see.
I've been time skipping in Animal
But she's
Crossing,
declaring
so the
her
concept
intention.
of time is now.
To fuck Zeron.
Yeah, I'm declaring my intention.
Brom, are you doing anything before this dreamwalk or during this dreamwalk?
I mean, hell, nothing that dramatic. Well, no, I mean, No, Brom. No, Brom is Brom is going to try to, from memory, kind of start reproducing like a sketch of the island.
Reproducing.
All right, the first stage of mitosis, and then he splits it.
Well, he has the size for it.
It's true, actually. I could be 2 4-foot-tall little Broms. It'd be so cute. He's going to start reproducing from memory like a sketch of the island of Montreal, along with locations, like approximate neighborhoods and locations of freeholds that he knows of.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a few in the West Island that he knows of, and there's like a few in the East End. But his map is incomplete, so he's making notes on what he doesn't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you want to dreamwalk. Patches, is there anything that you want to do?
Oh god.
I feel like there's plenty for me to do around the spark. Nothing specific other than all the preparations that I've already mentioned that I'm doing. But I guess I'd just like to let Sophia know that if she needs, motley backup, I'm there for her.
Sophia certainly extends the invitation to Heart's Light to anyone who wants to come along, like for her appointment. Anybody who wants to be there.
I thought you meant Kyoko's dreams. I was like, excuse me.
No.
Anyone? So rude.
Party in Kyoko's head.
Yeah, woo!
Subconscious, bruh.
All right.
Especially Brom's not allowed.
Whoa,
for
this
sure.
id is huge!
Oh my god! So like, there's this id, right? I'm like, it's like coming on to me, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. And then like the super ego shows up, and I'm like, dude, check out the size of that super ego.
Oh my god. Look
Get
at her.
that
id.
ego.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'll, if she needs me, I'll be there. But, I can be there in seconds if
I'll
she
be
really
there
needs me.
for you.
But, I think this feels like something that, it's Sophia acting as Sophia, not as the Motley or anything, so. Stepped on her toesies on her last negotiation with Granville.
Helped us out.
Okay, so you're going in.
Yep.
Kyoko's dream is Kyoko is having I don't know how to describe this because it's not a nightmare. In my family, we called it zooming. To zoom is to be unable to find restful sleep because even if you doze off, you are still thinking too much.
So it's like brain jitters almost, like restless brain syndrome.
Yeah. It often happens to me if I start a new job or a new major project because I'm just focused on that project and thinking about it. And then when I fall asleep, I'm still working on the project.
Night before first rehearsal, every fucking time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah. This is what she's experiencing. Because when you get into the dream, you see just lines and lines and lines of code. She's literally coding in her dreams.
Sorry, I thought you were headed out to visit Duke Granville, so I'm sorry that my answer was way out of left field then about joining you.
Well, she extended the invitation to Heart's Light, but she hasn't left for Heart's Light yet.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It wasn't out of left field. It all made
Okay,
sense.
okay,
I've been time
okay.
skipping. It's weird.
Okay.
My fault.
So you're literally in Kyoko's office, and she's just staring at lines of code and coming up with code. But the interesting thing is that she's actually designing like she seems to be typing distinct things. In a dream, if it wasn't something that you were actually consciously doing, it would just be like the same block over and over again, or it would happen and then it would just rewind and then happen again. But
So
this
she's
seems,
having like a vivid dream?
yes, it seems to be a vivid or even a lucid, perhaps, dream.
Oh yeah, lucid as well. What are you working on?
And then she stops, and the monitor stops displaying characters as if she's locked the screen, and she turns around.
What are you working on?
I'm running analysis on whether or not the Premier Cup will go to Manchester United this year.
Are you designing a game?
It's not a game.
Some kind of program?
I think it's for Brahm.
Well, Brahm wouldn't like you to lose sleep over whatever this is.
I'm designing something, and it's like it's trying to, it's screaming at me to get out, and I need to get it out. But I think it's something from the past.
Can you manifest it in any other way other than this code?
Yes. And she places her hand on the keyboard, and then, as if drawing, you see the code lights back up on the screen and then starts to fall like raindrops down through the machine itself, up the cord into the keyboard, and she draws it out with her fingertips and then spreads it wide, and it's a shield.
Okay, at that, I want to use Dream Manifest, which I've never used. Oh, wait, I've used it once, I think. To take the shield with me outside of the dream.
Oh,
So you're just taking the shield and...
Yeah,
is that how that works?
yeah. As soon as the cantrip completes, the target disappears from the dream and manifests in the waking world.
With the thing.
What if it's not ready?
Then you will complete it in the waking world. This is to remind you of what you need to do so you can rest when you need to rest.
Oh. That makes
We can even
sense.
keep it hidden from Brahm. You don't need to show him yet.
No, I don't want to keep anything hidden from anyone.
That's fair. Is it all right if I take this?
She hands it to you. It's heavy. This is... so this is what's known as a kite shield. So I will show you.
They typically go from like here to like here on a person standing.
So this is an example of what one can look like.
There you go, Liz.
Wow.
They're quite large.
It's huge.
So it's very big, and it's Brahm-sized.
It's enormous.
That's what she said. Sorry.
What, kite shields?
Oh my god. Kite. It starts with a K. Oh no!
He falls in love with it.
Oh no, it's an inanimate object and I'm in love with it again.
10th century. The first ones came in 10th
Cool.
century, and then they sort of developed past that.
Yeah, totally.
So you're now holding on to a kite shield.
Great. I'd like to exit the dream.
So you reappear in the exhaust, and you are holding a what's oddly enough, it's shaped like it could be a shield, but it has no paint on it, no adornments. It's just this huge hunk of metal.
I start dragging it to Kyoko's office.
What's your strength?
Oh God, it's
Two.
two.
Okay, so you can lift it, but it's this is probably like the most unwieldy thing that you could lift without needing help. Because it's kind of it's a very awkward size.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Don't look foolish moving it.
You're dehydrated.
I probably am dehydrated, actually. Thank you. That's a good reminder. Drink.
Everybody should drink.
Mm-hmm. I want you to drink water.
Yeah, the grip straps would have helped.
Ha ha.
Well, this is temporary. This is a reminder. And she gets it awkwardly into Kyoko's office.
When you get back, Kyoko is now actually and now is just sleeping again.
Pat on the head. And then go to find Brahmi.
I guess he's. Oh no, he was.
Covered in cat hair that's like just fluff.
What are you gonna do? I am in the motley office, Ignite office, sketching the map of the city.
Where's Patches?
Workshop or garden, or traveling between the two.
Okay.
Garden. She's asleep now, peacefully.
What did you do? Sorry.
Her mind was running wild, and I calmed it down.
Oh. All right.
You
Anything?
should take her to bed.
Yes.
I was gonna say right now. Did you want to be there or?
No, obviously.
Okay. I think this is a game of chicken, and I don't think. I
You're
think
not
I'm
going
the
to.
chicken.
Yes.
Oh, I think the winner's Kyoko here.
Yeah. There it is. I will do this. Brom carefully puts his little maps sketch of the city in a drawer and closes the drawer, maybe locks the drawer. I don't know.
As soon as he leaves, Sophia busts open the drawer
What
and
a
looks at
fucking
it,
asshole!
adds some nice shading to the sides.
For fuck's sake! Oh, for fuck's sake!
Ah,
Oh, look, you
peacock.
forgot Nun's Island.
Laval.
Crap.
Nun's Island, an island that we made because we dug out a subway system.
Kind of crazy.
We essentially played Animal Crossing with
I'm
Animal
almost
Crossing
there.
Montreal version. I will do as Sophia suggests, and I will gently carry Kyoko back to the bedroom, where I will leave her, sleeping peacefully. This is, of course, if she wants to be carried back to the bed, etc., etc.
What music would be playing as you were doing this? If this was a film. I had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before.
So I'm and Sid from Toy Story or whatever.
Why would one of the E's be backwards? Why would he write one E correctly and then the next E he's just oops?
It's the classic kid writing. They write one of the E's backwards for some reason.
But the two E's are next to each other in Freehold.
Exactly.
You would think that
Truman
it made
sleeps.
a funny
Oh,
house.
Travoke. Somebody give Travoke some motes.
Yeah,
Truman
that's
sleeps.
that's
Oh,
that's right up the alley there, actually.
that's Philip Glass.
Probably something sort of like a Celtic lullaby. I don't have any offhand, so but like, John, some soothing harp music, I think, is what would probably be playing right now. Why?
Oh, dude. Yeah, flex all you want on that. That's a great choice. I'm going to
Yes.
listen to that at the end of this game. What?
Sorry. It's not totally not important. Sorry.
But what was it?
Just which island is artificial.
Oh.
It's Saint-Hélène and in Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Saint-Hélène was expanded to include 2 other islands in Notre Dame.
Exactly what it would look like.
Damn zesty.
Anyway, sorry.
Fine. Well,
Continue.
then if nobody is going to be happy with how I am doing my art, then I will do it for myself alone.
So who's going to Heart's
That's what
Light?
art is for.
What art is for? What? You're an artist.
Your impetus should be to do it for yourself first, and then you share your art with others. But you should not be creating it for others.
It's not art. It's research.
Who's going to Heart's Light?
And Zeron.
Are you or not?
It's fine. Oh, I'm on speed dial.
Beep boop beep 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 boop boop. Patches.
Hello,
Flicker
Duke
flash.
Granville, who I have not spoken to in some time.
Toot it.
Oh, last time I saw you, you were in a hedge maze.
Last time I saw
Last
you,
time I
you
saw
weren't
you,
wearing
I
all
was
your
thinking-
clothing.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
Oh, please. It's not like he had a lot of time to take off much.
Yeah, no.
Hot. Did I say that out loud?
Leave the sash on.
Sash.
Actually,
Just
no.
says Duke on it.
Homecoming, Duke.
Oh, Captain, my Captain on it.
Jesus.
Oh, Captain! Exclamation mark.
Sprom's
My cat.
going, I'll go too.
Yay!
I just have to take these off.
No.
Actually, leave them on.
Okay.
On? Yeah, I feel like there was more of a question mark there.
Good job, Pascot.
I can't remember. That's I'll mention what that is in a moment. But
Oh, is it your desktop?
yeah, you know. You know all about that. Oh, yeah. T. Draco original.
But by the time that you step down to the ground level of Westmount Square, there is a car waiting for you. It is not like a limousine, but it's definitely like a luxury vehicle that is parked and waiting. And you see a very, very happy looking Cluricon who is sitting in the driver's seat. She's got she's all smiles. She has white gloves on, and she gets out and she races around and she opens the door.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't believe we're acquainted.
Oh, this is being sent by Fox.
Well, he's very kind.
Frankly, it seems a little unreasonable. We could almost walk from here.
Oh, my name is Madeline, and I will be happy to make sure that you make it to your destination.
You're safe, Ron.
Fucking rude. It's not. I'm sorry for the swear.
You know, Fala seems to get in good with him, and she doesn't have any. She doesn't have any explosive consonants.
Oh, dear.
It's it's because nobody's told Brahm about the as soon as somebody tells Brahm about this curse / thing, that's all he's gonna be able to think about. Oh, Ripley, I don't think that's a good idea.
Rippers?
But isn't it the sound? Claire isn't spelt with a K.
Yeah.
It's true too.
It's the sound.
Look, it's short. Fala is short for Kafala.
Fala.
It's short for the sound you make like shortly before your first skydive, you know, which is the sound of the door opening, and then out of the.
That's a Kefka.
There we go. It's just anyway. We get in the car.
Yes, we do. Does Patches insist on riding in the front? So
I
she can watch the
mean,
driving.
no, it should be Brom. He's the biggest. He should have shotgun.
Did we say a limo? No, we
no,
just said a car.
not a limo.
Okay.
A nice
I wrote
car.
limo. I don't know why I wrote limo.
That's
in
why I
my
thought.
book. It's a limo now, according to Liz's
I
notes.
don't think it is.
Anyway,
Is there champagne in the back of the car?
No.
there's some water bottles and some tissues and some mints, and there's a sign saying "Tip me, rate me 5 stars."
It's actually not legal to have champagne, I think, in the back of a limousine. In Montreal, is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought as long as there was a divide between
Yeah.
the drivers.
Oh, that might be it.
I think that's the thing. Why are you looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm not. This is just how I normally look.
I know.
Debonair.
So I know what it means.
Does she drive us to our destination?
Yes.
Cool.
No, the doors lock and you see a cliff.
I
was
I immediately assumed that it was Mazer.
Mazer in disguise.
Or
Sure.
this was some kind of
Mazer in
elaborate trap.
disguise. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the lift.
No, she drives you to Heartslight.
Great.
Thank you, Madeline.
I still think that's overly kind.
New help
doesn't-
trying to impress.
Foe is leaning against the door frame. The doors are already open as you approach Heartslight.
Good morning.
Afternoon.
Sure.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the lift.
Of course, it's the least that we can do if you are being sent as dignitaries, important dignitaries of the Spark, then it is the new responsibility of Heartslight to show every opportunity to be gracious.
I certainly don't. If I am ever to attend Heartslight on my own, I certainly do not require any of this pomp or circumstance myself.
Don't fuck this up for me, Brom. I, of course, just want to make it clear that there's certain courtesies that we will extend to those who deserve it. For one thing, your appointment is ready, so if you don't mind, I will take you to the Duke's study. Do you know the way?
Roll for poker face.
Yay!
Yay!
Sure. Appearance subterfuge.
Appearance subterfuge. Okay.
Face, poker face. What? Yes, yes. Liz said pomp and circumstance.
Is
We should all
it
know.
diff
6, yeah.
Cool, 4 successes.
Yep. No, that's fine.
It's so gross.
It is.
My pomp, it's so gross.
Yes. I believe it's upstairs.
I'll have Lord Zeron take you there, actually. That would make sense. After all, he is, and there's a little bit of like, you know, just a bit of a dig there. He is, of course, still an officer of this freehold.
Thank you, Lord Zeron.
And Zeron guides you up to the study, where Granville is sitting behind his desk, and he looks up as you come in.
Your Grace, thank you for seeing us today.
Your Grace.
Of course. And to what do I owe the privilege of greeting? And he like goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 nobles.
Matt?
We are here
No,
to.
Zeron's there.
Okay, yeah.
So that's 4.
Yeah, okay.
We are here to give an update on the spark, as requested. There have been a variety of titles assigned to the inhabitants today.
Yes.
Would you like to hear them all?
You can just say that you tell him.
She tells him.
Oh my god. It was you all along!
Oh,
No.
Dylan.
No.
I can check that off.
Well, that makes sense.
Recommends-
Very well,
Oh.
Chatelaine. I will look to you for further correspondence when it comes to me and the spark itself. It's good to know that a champion is there, and of course the steward is always welcome as a representative.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We, of course, don't officially recognize your Thane. Not yet. But there's a smile on his face. It's like, this is sort of like a kind of moment, as opposed to like a, you stole my knight, I'll fucking
No,
kill
you fucking bartered him away, buddy.
You're gonna throw him in the trash!
No, he saved him
not
from
in
the
the
trash and dusted him off.
Oh, yikes. Duke Granville, if I may bend your ear for just a moment.
It is quite long.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's so long.
Go chasing waterfalls.
Very good.
Unsuccess.
I have... Oh, hi, Liz.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Bend his ear quick.
I'm bending his ear. I had a bit of a realization, an epiphany this morning. I have spent so much of my life seeking to uphold and preserve what we have in this world. And in doing so, I have been forced to remove things from it. I do not have regrets in that sense, but the time has come for me to try to lead the charge in creating something new. Duke Granville, the idea is still very much in its infancy, but I would be very much honored if you would grant me permission to attempt to create a new freehold here in the county of Cross's Shadow. It could potentially house the Golden Braid, but it needn't.
I see. Well, we're going to have to see if a suitable site exists.
I will be taking some time to scout the city, find places that may be wellsprings for new glamour. By your leave, my lord.
If you find a suitable location, return to me.
Of course, Your Grace. Thank you.
Your Grace, is there anything that we can do for the city at this time? You alluded to some troubles that it was encountering. Is there any way that we can help?
I want you to roll me your perception empathy.
Oh,
All of you, please.
here all of us. Here, I can hold the cat.
Let's see if I can do it with my hands.
Wow.
She's in such a nice ball
What
right
a
now.
baller.
Oh, what's that Twitter thing that Aragorn just...
It's Operation Freehold.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
it's
gonna be
cute.
amazing.
It's so cute, yeah. Who made that? Was that Aragorn?
Yes.
Oh no.
Insightful or desires?
No.
Okay, okay. Oh, whoops.
Goose egg.
That's
Goose egg? Brom?
Honk.
I'm just gonna hold on this if you don't mind.
This is one success for moi.
Okay.
Cool. I triple botched, like just fucking crazy over here. Brom
And
is
I think
so
we're gonna
happy
end
with-
the session here.
Yay!
Oh.
Brom is so
No.
happy.
We're gonna.
Okay.
Okay. He's just so happy about how he like delivered his news that he was like, I can't see anything.
So 1 success, 0 successes, and a triple botch.
Jesus Christ.
How many
Phil.
dice did you all roll?
6.
9.
4. 19 dice.
I don't understand. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Operation Field. Oh my
Ask
Brom.
Yoko
Look at his
how-
little picture.
Bar for
Need
Claude
big
Wi-Fi.
flag, bar for Claude. Wi-Fi.
By transit pass.
It's a tank
Phew.
going pew.
Oh my god. This is the greatest by transit pass.
All right, so McDonald campus for John Abbott. Il Bizarre.
Hey, yeah, but
Like Namur, or where the
Abba!
Blue Bonnets used to be, and then like out in the like chemical treatment plant in the east. And
Oh,
Laval.
that place is fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's cool looking. Everyone, it makes me so happy to see this man.
and it doesn't have Il Saint-Hélène on it,
Yeah.
Right?
so it's accurate.
Need Wi-Fi.
By
Bar for
transit
Claude.
pass. Get around city with no legs. Do that one. Anyway, so those were our rolls.
Okay, Sophia.
Yeah.
I mean, he's unreadable to the two of you.
Sure.
Sophia, there's something that's disturbing him about Brom's request, but he can't openly talk about it.
This is difficult. Would Sophia's political knowledge and etiquette rating be decent enough for her to have a sense of like if there's a circumstance where he could speak about it?
You get the impression that this is sort of like something that has nothing to do with Brom himself. That it's a long-standing issue that he didn't realize could come up, and now it kind of has, and he's not okay with it.
Mystery.
Ah. Okay. And so when she asks him, does he respond with anything?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Is there anything that we can do to help? You alluded to troubles that the city is facing. Can we do anything?
It wouldn't be my place to ask.
It's very much your place to ask, Your Grace.
It will soon be someone else's concern.
May we know why?
Is your grace taking his leave of us?
Yes. Yes, I will be returning to Quebec City.
Was this your decision?
No. But we all have our parts to play.
Your Grace, has someone been chosen to fill the seat here at Heart's Light?
Heart's Light. Heart's Light was originally going to be my retirement home. I suppose that's no longer possible.
Seems you've been pressed into duty once again.
No, there has been no official selection for Heart's Light.
Might someone entertain appointing a count or countess?
That would require a count or countess to be willing to take on the job.
Are there any contenders?
Oh.
I would like to submit my candidacy. Pending an appointment as Countess.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You want this job.
Yes. But I would not take it from you. That is not my intention here. I want to help run this city.
Thank Don.
What?
Thank Don. It's done. And let me be the first to congratulate you, Countess. Heartslight is yours. And he stands up and he just stretches his fingers.
That you're joking with me.
No. No, I don't think I've ever been so delighted my entire life.
Why?
Because it means that someone else is going to have to deal with this problem, not me. Scott, your triple botch is fulfilled, and I think we'll end the session
Aw.
here.
Oh no. My botch fell on my friend? Oh no!
Oh my god. Oh my Scott.
Oh my Scott. I mean, this is what we wanted, right, guys?
Oh,
Guys, where are you going?
Hey, it ain't gonna be easy.
never mind. I volunteer Brahm.
I volunteer as tribute. I will take this mantle.
It's okay. I'll
Wrong.
I'll take it, and I'll just, you know.
Oh, you already take it from Granville in other ways.
Oh! Wow, guys. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
Once in a while.
It's a Lindorm. KFF. I must know. But I'm thinking like a hive of scum and villainy. A more perfect hive of scum and villainy. Fine. Congrats. Wink.
Not from a Jedi.
Damn.
Yeah. It's funny how some things happen, but the reality is much more interesting. But it's done. There's no takesy-backsies now.
Shit, no takesy backsies.
But he can't just appoint Sophia as Countess, can he?
Yep.
Apparently he can. I don't see why not.
I guess. Can you?
Does seem a little wild, but
Can
Your
Fiona
house can
do-
choose to not recognize your title increase if they really want to, but
that's
right.
true.
Okay.
Fiona and Liam are ostensibly both Sealy houses, so they should respect each other in that fashion.
Cool. Okay, gotcha.
Sweet. Bonus.
This is my note for future Liz.
Hmm.
What did you do, Brahm?
Favorite part is there's 5 question marks, but a star in the question marks.
So what?
So it's
Sophia
like,
is
huh?
Countess now.
Travoka, we're just happy to see you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Or Travoke, not Travoka. Why am I putting the hit on that cut?
Where's my... Yeah, Where gets really angry when she doesn't get her clock and starts like blowing up the freehold.
Patches will deliver it when she comes by to help with the other stuff.
This is a risk.
7 years later.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
7 years later.
It's been 84 years.
My feet? Oh no, it's your shoe.
Well, it's time for us to find out what the play of the game was.
It's on my shoe.
And it's time to vote now. Sophia makes a decision to seek more authority with Lord Zeron beside her. Patches receives praise from Mac for envisioning a path forward for the braid, and Brom plots a new golden braid freehold to a great deal of support among the braid. That's vote 0, 1, or 2 now. Hey, I'm going to start with who I'm going to start with. Hey, Elizabeth, what'd you learn today?
Well, Sophia learned that she immediately got what she wanted without having to fight for it, which it makes her terrified.
Yeah, it feels bad.
It's a trap.
I mean, she's been told. Nothing official has happened. Like, no oaths have been sworn or whatever. Like, I should point that out.
Right.
So, it's not like she's like, oh, I'm the Countess now. I mean, unless you want to pull a, Captain Phillips of all of this. What was that movie called? Was it Captain Phillips? The Tom
It was
Hanks
called
film?
Captain Phillips, yeah.
Yeah.
I am the captain
I am
now.
I am the Countess now. Scott?
I learned that. Well, I learned Brom is really excited to kind of get into the process of creating something, even though that creation might be like part building and part architecture and part like conjuring glamour and like shit he doesn't know how to do or like have any experience in doing, but like he knows that it feels like sort of done that he's gonna make something here in Montreal.
Kate?
Patches is like acting all organized because she is like tired of listening to people talk about stuff. She's impatient. She's like, okay, cool. You want to do this? Do it. You want to do that? Do that. No, that's going to be trouble. Do this instead. Like, she wants shit to happen. So.
That's fair.
Make it. Make it so.
Make it so.
Well, let's make this so. Oh, Scott,
So,
it's you. You're the Rocket Man.
I'm the Rocket Man? Hooray!
Jeez, I didn't realize Liz would be so upset.
He runs away.
What?
Constantly, what?
I have to know, is that third?
Oh? I feel like at least 2 or 3 weeks ago we had a tie.
You and I had a tie. Then I think I don't know, there was a 3-way tie maybe
No,
the
we
week
had-
after.
There was no play of the game
last week.
last game.
Last week,
Right.
There
that's
was no
true.
play of the game.
I gave it to Aragwen in the recap, just
It's true.
FYI.
Yeah.
Although I think you did on the stream, John, too. So.
It's true, it was a fish. Oh, fish.
Trevok, yes. I will quote The Rock unabashedly.
All the time. John quotes all the time.
Winners
Great.
go home. Fuck the prom queen.
Big fan.
You're
Oh, yeah.
bashed. Losers always whine about that bashed.
No.
Winners go home. Fuck the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. Really? Yeah.
He stands there. You could say erect. No. Incredible.
No bingo.
No. Bingo was all about comment.
Apparently it was all murder stuff.
We're all like, let's not.
I think Aragorn and I are just gonna have to look and see what we can do to make that bingo happen.
Bingo.
Yes. Go steward everyone into my.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Kung
I
Fu
should've
Fenris
asked for
got
Madeline's-
today's quote at
Nice.
random.
Mwah.
There's only a 1 in 1,349 chance of that.
Yeah.
I think we're 1350. Even.
Oh yeah, because 0 is 1.
Oh, that's true too, actually. Yeah, what? No, I'll check it after the stream. I'm curious what quote 0 is, but could be anything.
Let's just find out.
Oh my God, it's
she's on
happening. Yeah, all right.
Fuck.
Well,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Number one.
Something. So did you Granville?
Especially in the bathroom.
Oh. PC death. My God.
Boom.
Yeah, holy crap.
Thanks for
Sophia's
session. Than's for
Let me
session.
see.
PC death?
Scores
What?
of which PCs.
Tap on the card.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
I'm pretty sure that there's some things that are coming up. These things tend to happen when it comes to the four of us.
Thanks for playing the game.
Do we have anything coming up tomorrow, Scott?
Yeah. Guys, 3 p.m. tomorrow, and possibly running a little longer than usual.
Ooh.
Possibly. Paul Prospero's continuing on with the Paynes Creek killings mystery because it on oh my god, yesterday. I won't be long, I promise, but it got spooky, got real spooky, and there's now a secret Babby. Like, I'm so here for the story right now.
Secret
I know,
Babby.
it all happened at once, and I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
ah! Anyway, no, it's-
I hear that on Wednesdays something cool happens.
Yeah, there's some more Nancy Drew mystery, or Nancy's mysterious letter.
Ooh.
That's at 4 p.m. And so far I gotta say, like, this ain't no Lilac Inn. Like,
Babby.
when the cliffhanger is, and then the kid knocked Nancy over and the letters went flying.
Oh,
like, that's
oh.
it. As opposed to, and then Nancy was stuffed into a submarine. You're
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah,
There's-
like
there's,
the
levels
stakes
of-
are so different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, but it's a lot.
No, my clues! As opposed to,
Yeah.
my life!
I
Yeah.
feel like the writers.
Yeah, Lilac Inn was very like death impending.
Yeah, the Lilac Inn was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat Cottage. It's true.
Cottage.
And then Fridays, I imagine that there's some cool stuff that happens.
More Horizon Zero Dawn at 6.
Wouldn't it be one dawn?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. Saturday?
Me! It's me again! We're gonna
me,
keep
it's
solving this
me.
mystery till it's solved! Let's go!
Nice.
There might be a stream from me at some point during the week in RPG Clinic. We'll see. It's going to depend on kind of what the availabilities are. I've just been bogged down with a lot of work recently, so we'll see what we can do about that. I think kind of the same on your end. So, constant vague promises. But the best place to make up for vague promises is a definite place to find out when they're going to happen. And that's actually our Discord. The Discord is a place where you can go and see what's going to happen for all 4 of our streams. There's conversations about the role-playing games that we play, the role-playing games that we have played. It's honestly a good place to be. And as I said at the beginning of the show, if you need to talk about stuff that's really kind of getting you down about the world situation right now, we do have a channel for that very specifically. It is called Serious Talk. I will remind people, though, specifically that we do reserve the right to take any overtly political statements out if we need to. It's not because we don't want you to have beliefs, it's because we're just not necessarily the place for it. I do also point out that we have our Twitters, which is it's right below us. You'll be able to track each of us individually there as well. We have perhaps not an eternal, but maybe an eternal minus 1 day debt to She Who Knows 10,000 Things. Erwin is here for us. And the Crosshair, I know that you are chasing. I mean, normally it's greyhounds chasing a rabbit, but perhaps it's a hare chasing greyhounds now. But you're almost there. You'll get there. Just remember that you slip by a little every week, and we look forward to your return.
Tell you which ones you can skip, Crosshair, don't worry about it.
Anytime Scott talks.
Yeah, well, hey! It just set up like a filter. It just like blinks
Is that
me and
play of the
forgets.
game Scott Humphrey that you're talking about right now?
Yeah, maybe I'm a little mad. No, I'm not mad at all.
Is it
Uh,
reigning champion?
It's a time to be pissed, and we can be pissed. It's a time to act, and we can act. Just make sure to take care of each other at the same time. Stay safe. Pack water. Water is your best friend, and I will also remind you to pack friends. Friends are what you're going to need to keep going. Thankfully, I don't have just these 3. I will risk being cheesy by saying that I have all of you. This stream isn't possible, though, without players, so hey, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
impossible
you,
without you
folks.
too, I would say. Says me.
We are going to get through this. We will. But the way that we're going to do that... See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.